Always.
No theory? I didn't think so.
Well, I think so well here.
Sorry, fish. It's low turnout week.
But I need more friends. Oh, what's in the water? I come back in and I'll feel like three.
Baby.
Are you able to access your character sheet?
I am, but maybe my phone has updated or something, it'll just stop working in the middle of the session.
Try a different browser.
D&D Beyond pursuing the Netflix strategy of making sure that no one can share anything.
Right.
That'd be so annoying.
In which case I will once again, I will come to you with the, I'm gonna switch some apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send them another letter
Yeah,
with my cancellation.
no, I think I'm gonna sure to get that for a little bit.
Yeah.
I run a couple sessions myself.
Fun to check out.
Still think it'd be a lot of fun to after this, campaign, ends or reaches a stopping point, like where the characters are, taking on some different paths in life or whatever.
Right.
It would be fun to play some other like several month-long campaigns on different game engines.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bridget's interested in joining
Oh yeah.
potentially if
Nice.
we are looking for another person.
Yeah, I don't know what your limit is for people, but I also have.
Oh really?
It's homeless as far as his party list as far as
Yeah.
use. So I let him know that we are. So.
It's the. Oh, is it this leaving? Oh, wow. I should have done that was something. Oh, it's the. Gosh, maybe that and that and the. We have been in the. Fish farm for like. Oh, like that joint or whatever it is that I'm saying.
Did some cool stuff on Saturday. The on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we one of the projects that we started is homeless workers union, and for outreach event, and with some like people interested in organizing and like elected like captain and stuff to represent the Sutherland RV park and stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Just says a job, so it's just kind of say broad workers unions. Solidarity group.
It's like solidarity and like collective action for people like
Yeah.
aid and advocating for rights and stuff. But one of the like goals of the party right now is to like do like move this again building. It's like since they're just doing a lot right now, they need to be more for us to become more powerful and relevant.
Right.
And so it's homeless people, whether they're currently unemployed or if they're working, which many of them are, just organize collectively, get their concerns and the thing. I chat with them about different concerns. Yeah, please, thank you. And they were telling us like the city came by and told them they're gonna do a sweep, and so we're gonna try and like help regarding that. And also just like
I would usually.
try and get the Sunderland RV park, which is apparently like this park that's kind of made for like, you know, some people, transitional space for, you know, those people that have no idea, whatever, to get some stability and even just some help and then feeling. But it's like really exclusive, like it's like half empty all the time. And a bunch of bullshit. Like one of those restrictions is like you have to have your RV, of course, you also have to have like a valid license to get in. And a lot of those people don't have that. They have an RV because like someone gave it to them or whatever, but they don't necessarily have a current or valid license. There's like a lot of like restrictions like that you know community ability to actually access these very limited surplus. So
Yeah, it's amazing, like the walls that can be cleaned just by just small things.
Yeah.
It's amazing, like the tentacles that are out there and just way.
you know,
Yeah.
No, that's true.
yeah. Like one of the guys in the party, at least one, like one of the guys that's organizing the homeless workers union is himself and is homeless. I think he's going to get into a place hopefully soon. But yeah, he's really worked hard to develop the project and stuff. But yeah, so we had we created our first chapter and got some local people involved and organized, and hopefully we'll be able to prevent the sweep and the theft of people's RVs and shit.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Like.
Just thinking about it, it's like it's sweet.
Like, yeah, like when you're already like, I mean, it's like following somebody when they're already down, like,
Yeah.
and then taking everything from somebody who already doesn't have much, like, it's
Yeah.
just,
That's going hard. I'm just get mad.
Yeah, seriously. Like speaking of which, we saw like while we were there, we saw at least like I noticed like at least like half a dozen people like driving by slowly, like videoing shit with their cameras, just like doing some poverty tourism stuff. And I'm sure just like posting it online, just like doing whatever. But yeah, like if you really want to get angry, just like listen to the people that live there, their stories about the like literal attacks that they've had to endure, including like pipe bombs and shit being thrown under their RVs and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's like literal like fascistic terror.
yeah. I mean, that's, yeah.
It just we don't have brown shirts.
Right?
Of course we don't.
I am back.
Not going out there.
Hello. We felt we're good friends.
I think it took a year or two.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever you need.
But ready? How about y'all? We're not expecting anybody else, right?
Just had that baby from Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So, last time. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll do a little recap here, and then we'll, on our side, break for grabbing some pizza, and then we'll start shortly after that. So last time, you finished preparing your defenses and enhancements, had a delicious heroes brunch, feeling variously bolstered, and just in time as you quickly found that even Shippy was struggling to maintain breathable air for you. And it was only a matter of time before Shippy's immediate vicinity became toxic. And you learned also that toxicity would build up and could potentially kill you without even having to drop you to 0 HP, similar to like fatigue effects. But through the hero's feats and some other and potentially mysterious boons. You guys have gained immunity to some really substantial regional effects that would cause a lesser party to die before even reaching their goal. And with all those enhancements in hand, as well as an invisible chippy, you guys flew through the air at the crest of a roiling necrotic storm, which Xerox managed to channel in some way, and necrotic lightning erupted before you, clearing the way for your approach. But even with that, this cataclysmic level of violent destruction of this aerial defense, you still ended up running into an immense swarm of various rock mines and strange aerial or like rock airships that were seeking after your vessel. Despite all this, you rocketed your way towards the tree, and at the last moment, strange twisting rock roots reached up out of the water to try and swat Shippy out of the sky. But you guys flew down to the arch and the base of the tree, and it opened the way for you, for Greg. You all disembarked, ran into the inside of the rootways, sending Shippy hurtling above and away from the danger. You guys now had just gained entrance to the very heart of what's left of this once immense world tree. A tree that you saw in a vision gray, whose fruits were the very moon itself and some other strange body that was further ripened than it left the tree. You gained passage, as I said, into the very heart of it, and you found a Bellstone crystal, and within it suspended a great seed, freshly broken open, and the tiniest tendrils of a new sapling, of new growth, peeking out of it. And we left off with Gray activating, I believe, Speak with Plants, and going to address the seed. And that's where we'll begin. Anybody else want to fill in any details?
That's what I remember.
Noose just jumped into the hole just before it shut on the other side. Like, he just like, blooped.
Yeah, Noose could probably fly Shippy if needed. You don't need to leave it in the hands of ellipses. Needs to know.
Quilla really fucked up the beast as well, or the Harbinger of Rot.
Oh yeah, that should not be unmentioned.
Yeah, the Blades of Disaster, which hopefully help protect our entrance for a little while.
And it did look at us and realize that it could not fear us and heal itself as well. And it does seem to learn very well, so that's bad news.
Thank you for that reminder. Yes.
Was there a map on the table?
173 points of damage.
Oof.
Nice level spells.
Yeah, get pictures of that on the Discord.
Is this approximately accurate placement of things, or?
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. We'll definitely have Gray. So you guys are coming in from this way, and Gray has, I'm going to say, this is the closest of any of you up to the crystal here. We'll get that picture in the Discord here shortly, but we're just getting everybody placed first. Or roughly placed first. So you guys can just kind of place yourselves with how far you are in relation to Gray is probably leading the way, or trying to.
Except Gavin's over the table.
How wide is the room?
I didn't know.
It is full of crevices, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
Like just with your finger, like show us the diameter of the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're taking a picture. I was like, it's plenty bright. I don't know. I can see the map.
So I think from the entrance where you come in, it's like well over, it's probably like 120, 150 feet from like the corner you came in to the opposite end. And it's like roughly like rectangular, a little bit long. But it is like this, the room that you're in is, the walls are made up by tangled and hardened roots, ancient roots.
I have a question before I decide where I am. When the Harbinger of Rot kind of disappeared, it went under the swamp.
It went into the flesh of the rock thumper.
Which is basically like all around us now.
It's in the walls.
They're in the walls. I'm gonna be closest to the door we came in, facing it and making sure nothing comes after us.
Are the numbers the height of the room?
So yeah, the numbers that you're seeing there are like what's drawn on here are these like root outcroppings that like make like floors that are raised up from the ground.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Ceiling 60 feet, and then all these are 10 to 25 feet tall. Got it.
And then, it's a long ways in here, right? Like, how long have we been walking to get into this chamber?
Yeah, you guys walked deep into this space, but really, I mean, it was I want to say like 5 to 10 minutes of like a quick march. It was kind of like this twisting way that was difficult terrain and stuff. But really, it's not too. It's like you don't think you're like really super far away from the
It's
entrance.
just that it was like rough terrain.
Yeah, going like twisting your way down deeper beneath the root into a part of its like nestled roots
Right.
beneath the trees.
I'll be in back with people. I would have kind of kept my mind focused on those blades for the longer head, and then just watching for that marksman.
Having pledged to protect Gray at all costs, given that this is riskiest for him, I would be Xerox will be within striking distance of anything that springs from the walls.
Yeah, you guys need also that reminds me. I don't know if Josh shared it with another chat, but he sent some info about how you guys should control Johan. So I'll just copy this and send it to you guys. But he says he currently has Glibness active to be a counterspell cannon during the next big fight. He's intending to use Etherealness to save Gray from the rot, or to get to a plane with Gray if needed. Like take Gray and like shift into the ethereal plane or something. So I'll share that here. The other thing is you'll also need to consider what you would be doing with Nazira.
Yeah.
She's coming up with mini plans.
I can definitely have Nazira's character up and like help with playing and like spell stuff. But if you guys want to, help control her, cool. What are you guys feeling?
Happy to help.
Yeah, we can tag team that and try to do Missouri justice.
Yeah.
Best we can.
Okay. Clean Zero's character open here.
Someone should roll for her for the 12. She's put. Has she already used those?
She hasn't used them, and she had advantage on rolling for them. I don't think she told us what they are or what they were. So I say we roll.
She has advantage.
Yeah.
If you want to take one, I'll take.
Most of it said it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Anything.
And really high and really low numbers are both good.
Yeah.
Oh, she's joining, so I don't need.
Oh, nice. Yay, good deal.
Yay!
So, yeah,
Okay, we're going to do it.
that makes things a lot easier. Because wizards are complicated. And
Yeah.
very
Everybody was,
complicated.
her was extra complicated.
I was definitely not looking forward to the scenario where I would like have you like one of you like dead to rights, and then I'd be like, yeah, but the Zero could counterspell this, so I'm gonna do it, and I'd like to ruin my own fun.
Yeah.
It's better when that comes from you guys. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll take a little pizza break, and hopefully Sarah will arrive by the time we're ready to start in like
Okay.
5, 10, 15 minutes or so.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Lots of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's really sad when, like, I was like, you
Yeah.
want Aunt Sarah? But,
Like you're dropping out.
yeah. Just, you are very good at
So that's done right now.
Okay. It's delicious.
How about it?
It looks amazing. I not And the monkey bread is not vegan. Oh wait, it's just garlic. I mean, sweet. That's weird. It's better. The sweet. That's not very tasty. I don't Is that her new medicine? That giant bottle? No, this is just fish oil. She has cranky skin, so we give her advantage. I can't. Rogue used to get fish oil sometimes for that. What did you say? I used to give Rogue fish oil sometimes. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. You just give it to them with every meal. Mm-hmm. But it hasn't helped with your skin problems lately, nothing. Maybe I would try fish oil on it. Okay. Grab it. Shake. Reach out. Take. Push out. Yeah. Look. You have to do water. Go. Or your little lemon syrup.
But then I've watching too much Sesame Street. We try not to do it, but as much as we can, it's really hard, especially when there's only one of us.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. A lot of parents deal with that balance of like, I don't want you to be on the TV all the time. Also, my life is so much easier when you are sometimes.
right. Well, I mean, and at least Sesame Street he learns things.
Yeah.
So it's, it's whatever, but
Not just fun fun.
I learned those.
Very important.
Yeah.
But soon it is. Clear enough.
Okay. You do understand. Mm-hmm. That. That's an evil one that. Charged for us. A couple times, like. When I got different play testing. It's still beating this one.
Yeah, that's a long later.
Yeah. It's so much, it's like I think it's called it almost one or something. So it's like garlic parmesan and something.
Yeah, it tastes too good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what I'm sure. I've done experiments to try to make cheesy popcorn. Very, very difficult.
Yeah. It seems like a tricky thing to get just right.
Yeah. Because, the spice blend that I typically use is something with, typically use mustard to do that, powdered mustard.
Change something to it. Yeah.
Good. And, a little bit of smoked paprika.
Oh.
Okay, to give it a little bit of that. Some very much using Old Bay. Just to get
Old Bay?
Old Bay. And then I just put all that in a blender and I just basically make it so that it makes you sneeze.
Yeah. Really fine. Mixed fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I made one batch that was really good and I haven't finished it.
That's always my problem with stuff like that, especially if you're just like adding a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of this.
Yeah, 'cause I was tweaking it and I lost track of what exactly I was doing.
Right.
I wrote down the measurements first, so I have the initial recipe, but it's like I've done that and it's just not.
That would be all night.
It's like I tweaked something and got it just right, and then I'm just like I don't know what I did. Someday I'll compete with that in as far as
Yeah.
bringing
Yes.
in awesome
Technical
or
popcorn.
at least provide an alternative.
Mark cooks like that too, like kind of tweaks things to like what he wants, and so it's like, oh, I really, really liked this. Like, write down what you did. And no, yeah, doesn't usually work to get it together after the fact. Yeah, no,
Yeah. So,
yeah, and I like almost never measure my seasonings, so yeah, it's hard to predict.
how do like especially in the beginning the cookbooks they're just like they barely add any salt in them. I didn't add any salt. It's just like because if you did it as is, it's just like it just tastes like
Bland. Yeah.
Salt really is the unsung hero of all meals.
Yeah. Very necessary. All right, there's the vegetarian pizza now.
I tried the vegan raw diet one. That didn't last very long. Yeah. What's the quote unquote cookbook? Like 0 salt. And I'm just like it's just like it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's not seasoned. Salt isn't a seasoning either, it's just
Yeah. Things are,
Flavor enhancing mineral.
yeah.
No, that last. Yeah.
And it was expensive. Because you have to constantly be this. You have to constantly be buying fresh stuff and it's not.
Yeah.
sustainable. Unless you're the influencer that wrote the book.
Right.
yeah. And I find balance of like what is efficient to make, and you can like go shopping once a week without having to like
Yeah,
re-up things and like balance your time and your budget. It's tricky.
and I got this really good book. It's called Vegan on the Cheap, and it's just like has tons of recipes.
Oh, nice.
Price per serving.
That's cool.
So,
Nice. That sounds very
Yeah. I can, yeah, I can send you the, I can send you a couple of these.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think that I think you can help.
We use it a lot just because.
Mm-hmm.
So we make a lot of chili.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Um,
Yeah. Especially this time of year. It's like students. I think like my next cooking phase is turning into my grandmother and like making like just really putting into use freezing like soups and stews and like, she was so good about like making a big batch of things and then
yeah,
like having it all in little like serving size Tupperwares and like being able to just already portioned out of just like and defrosted kind of thing.
I think my next project is figuring out it has recipes for Satan and I've never made a good version of Satan. That's my next thing is to be able to make a meat substitute,
Yeah.
like or a meat substitute.
Probably. Bullshit, that's sort of read other notifications, that might get annoying.
I want to be here. Just seems fun.
No, you can hang out.
You can help make your money to be. Oh boy.
There you go.
Like pressure or no pressure.
Joe, if you were a cleric.
A cleric bard.
With the
High level.
attention.
Cleric bard multi-class.
What would you do?
And highly self-assured.
Okay, that should help and then. No.
Funny.
Your delay, and then she'll just have well, she'll be in worse and worse position.
Yeah.
With us making these decisions.
All right.
Like, oh, we used up all your spells.
We use them all up on violence.
$173 damage. Total damage. It's garbage. I can't let it garbage.
Freaking Thor, why'd you do that?
All right, are we ready to we can get underway and Sarah will show up when she does.
I am ready.
Actually log off and maybe I'll make it. I guess it won't
I'm
matter.
ready.
Do we do?
All right. So, yeah, we'll begin with everybody trailing in after Gray. The sounds of Carly's or Aquila's violent tear of the reality and the carnage and screaming from the rock that ensued echoes in your memories. The minutes of the journey down here have separated you from the madness outside. You guys have arrived at the heart of the tree. Before you rests the seed of the world tree, rested here undisturbed for untold millennia, waiting for activation, waiting for someone like Gray to arrive. So Gray, you cast Speak with Plants. Tell us how you approach and what do you say?
Yeah, he sprinkles a little bug dust on the plant and says, "I hear, I help."
You sprinkle the plant or the bug dust around the great crystal of Bellstone that houses this seed. It seems as though it's slowly spinning within this crystal, suspended in it but not frozen. You're not sure if it can hear you in there, behind all that crystal, behind all that glass.
Gray cups his hands over his mouth and puts it up against the crystal. "Hello, Theed. I hear, I help."
You, as as your hands press against the bellstone, you are not met with something solid, but it gives with your pressure. And you can feel it like sliding around your hands, and you can feel like gel or something in your hands is kind of like go into it partially. You yell that you are here to help it, but surely it can't hear you through all that stuff.
This not crystal, and he's gonna try and put his head into it.
What did you say, Bipu?
I was gonna say something, but I didn't.
Okay. You place your head against it, your forehead pressed against the crystal, and it meets some resistance, certainly not like a solid crystalline object, and then presses in and in. You can feel this crystal like slow moving water begin to go into your mouth and fill your nostrils.
Not breathable, I take it.
You commit far enough to make that at this moment, like your mouth is still partially there's still a little bit of air coming through. You press in to the point where when you expand your lungs, it's going to try and breathe air rather than whatever this strange material is, it seems, because that's just easier to inhale. You have to commit to going all the way submerged to try and breathe this.
He'd like to try and keep his body out so he could pull his head out if he can't breathe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stick your head in.
Gray, you might want to try sticking your arm through first to see if there's air on the other side.
I mean, it feels like my entire face is inside of this stuff now, right? Not like a film or anything.
Yeah, you're not passing through an outer layer, but into some material, like some gelatin or something, some viscous fluid.
If he opens his eyes, does it sting like water?
No. It feels not quite like water. It feels not quite like air, not quite like water. It feels almost like it does when your eyes are closed and comfortable.
Yeah, he's gonna commit. He'll try and take a very shallow breath.
Yeah. The rest of you see Gray press his face into this great crystalline construct. Face submerges into it. And Gray, as you push your face deep enough, this crystal expands past your mouth, and you can feel it going in, penetrating into your mouth and up your nostrils. You take a sort of panicked breath and you breathe. It feels strange, for sure, a little bit heavy, but you breathe.
He'll yell out again. Here to help.
Now you hear it muffled, like trying to yell underwater. You'll need to get closer to be heard.
He's gonna take his head back out of the crystal and say to the others, "Can breathe inside." I go. And he's gonna start to like tie a rope around his neck,
No,
around his waist.
A waist, please. Whoa, be careful there, Gray.
For the 7th time, Nazira says, Gray, please, around your waist.
Yeah, he'll kind of fashion a quick loop around his waist.
Xerox will take the other end of the loop.
And is going to try and work his way into the crystal.
Okay. Destin,
Does this seem like a crystal you could take a piece of? Because Beep Boop's kind of interested in why this Bellstone is acting different.
are you going to go up and interact with it? Like, the way Gray was touching it and, like, pressing into it, like, you could imagine yourself just reaching and taking a scoop out of that, but you would have to go and try and experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk up and try to take a scoop, and if I can, take it back to where I am watching.
You reach your hand out and meet a solid crystal of Bellstone.
Looks like you're the chosen one.
Gray will like take a fistful of this like jello substance and see if he could like drop a piece outside.
So you try and like scoop it out. You can see like there's some in the palm of your hand as you move that towards the edge. It looks almost like it drains through your skin, through your flesh, and you do not pull any away from the crystal. You see a slight ripple as your body leaves it, and it looks solid again.
I try. Can they hear me from inside?
Yeah, you look. When you put your head in and yelled, it was like I said, like yelling underwater. That you think you have to get closer for it to be able to hear you. You don't hear a response.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys don't hear, like you can like if you move in closer, feel free to move all your meetings closer or wherever. And as you do so, you guys notice that the way that you entered in here has the roots have closed in and sealed the passage that you took to arrive here. You draw closer as like, just all like taking a look and kind of marveling or investigating whatever the strange interaction Gray's having with this Bellstone. You look through and around. You see one of you, or at least, like sees Gray like putting his face in there and like yelling, but you don't hear anything. Like you can see him doing it, but you don't hear any sound coming from it.
I think it's our job to stand guard when he does what he needs to do.
While Gray is in there. Xerox will take a look around, from where she is. Just to see if there's any, specifically examining the walls, having seen other rock go in and out of the tree.
Mhm. That-
I assume we have some kind of time, but we don't know what that looks like, and it could come through at any time, so I want to see if I see any protuberances that look more interesting than the other.
A wise curiosity. Give me, because you so well described exactly what you're looking for here. You can give me a. Do you want to do this like over the course of a little bit of time, being investigation, or just like your quick like just danger assessment, like perception check?
She has the one end of the rope tied to Gray, so if she feels like she has time to look around, not exactly pay solely attention to Gray, but just
Yeah.
take a good look around.
Yeah. So you can do investigation, or you can do nature. I think with this also, with your experience of the rod at this point, I would also let you do survival. Your pick. And you can do this with advantage.
Just because of the coincidences, I Fuller is gonna start sort of pacing around and looking for differences as well.
It's a 21 survival.
You see that the wood, or the roots that enclose this large chamber are they certainly don't look like the rotten flesh of the tree that was that the harbinger sank into. This is hardened ancient wood that is still wood undisturbed by the rot. This is the last defense of this seed, and probably the last bit of strength that this tree has gone into defending this place. That being said, you look around, you notice that there are these various like clusters and things that you guys are standing on, but you find also the inverse. There are places where like the roots are twisting and like kind of creating a place like kind of like a concave like portion where you expect the walls might be weaker. These platforms you expect are ancient and the most knotted wood that is probably going to be the most durable. But there are places that you notice, and with you got a 21.
Yeah,
was it? With it's blue word. No, it's still orange to go wrong. So you see that there are places. There's a puzzle underneath that, so that's mathematical mining. Another one. You notice these 4 sections. These 2 are on the ground, and these 2 are on like the wall up here. You suspect that these are likely sources of like penetration into this space by the rock, which you know that it must already be trying to do. The rock's purpose for a long time, in addition to expanding into the world and consuming it, has been getting here.
Xerox is going to walk over to Quilla with her end of the rope and pass it to you, and she's going to start trekking around to each of these to take a closer look at them.
This one's actually on the ceiling.
On the ceiling.
Is the one behind me on the ground?
This one's on the ground
That one is on the wall.
and the wall.
I also would I would tell my party what I'm doing and what I have observed, so the group would have.
This one's on the wall, on the floor.
Floor, okay.
This one's on the floor and the wall. That one's on the ceiling. This one's on the floor. And that one's a really bad arrow. The wall.
I would make them aware that I see these as potential weak points or points of entrance for the Arbinger. And I would start making my way around. I would just travel first to this one. And just taking a closer look and just starting to just basically doing kind of a patrol, walk around to each of them while Gray's doing his thing.
Okay. Might have gotten more than that time. Sending an updated picture to the wherever. Where'd you send the other one?
I just sent to a group chat.
Okay, do the same. Okay. So you're going around to like inspect each of these?
Yeah, and should I just make a move like every so often until?
Yeah, we're still like not quite into yeah, that's good enough description of your intent for now.
I'll let you decide where I'm at.
Well, tell me first just like which one you would go to, like would you just like go to this one and like
I would just go to
this
the closest one.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, anybody else doing some like you guys hear from Xerox prepared and what they're up to? You see Gray. What do you do with the rope? Sorry, did you say?
I handed it to Quilla.
Really? Okay. So you're not holding the rope as Gray begins delving deeper into this pixel.
Seeing what? Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
Seeing what Xerox is doing, Quilla hands the rope to Nazira. And then jumps down and casts detect magic, which she's confident will light up a lot of things in Nina's face. But she's looking for any like just trying to tell like bigger magic spots and like types. Like I know it doesn't specifically show types of magic necessarily, but any magic that looks different or more out of place, like
Doesn't detect magic to tell you? No, it's only, or is it only
I think
identified that tells you the school?
I think it's identified as roughly a school.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, you see that there is a great aura of magic coming from the crystal that Gray is diving into. You see the rest of this space, like all the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. This wood is innately magical and has just like some various cognitive and advertive enchantments effectively on it. Just like, but it's just like naturally occurring. It's not like somebody came in here and enchants the walls.
Oh, you do live in school. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. So I already told you some school information anyway. So great.
Yeah.
The crystal that you're seeing is an unrecognizable panoply of colors representing various magical schools. It seems like this is just a magic that is. Give me an arcana check to help understand what help me interpret what you're seeing. Um,
24.
there are like various magical practices and theories and stuff that have attempted to kind of like recreate or imitate the like pure creative magic of like just divine or supernatural creation, like one of the like fundamental aspects of the axes of the universe. This magic is most purely creation than any magic you've seen. Like this is all magic this is not even maybe magic. It's so beyond like normal description in those terms, but it's like this pure creation, pure potential in this, emanating from this, and like whatever it needs to be, whatever it might be, it can become.
I mean, as I jump down and walk this way, do I see different magic where the rot is?
In those places that Xerox has pointed out and has begun to investigate, you see that there is a draining of those protective and adjurative magical effects in those places. There is a distinct weakening of the walls and the ceiling and the floors in those places. And as you like quickly wheel around each one, you can tell, yeah, those are the points right now that the rot is attacking from most critically.
And dream abjuration and
It's like draining of all like the natural magical protection that has, and that like, yeah, it's primarily abjuration and conjuration. So
okay. And do I see as I'm sort of scanning? I probably start here and then just sort of working my way around, or I'll work clockwise to or counterclockwise to Xerox, whichever. I'll go the opposite direction that Xerox is going, just to cover ground. I'm looking, especially in those spots, for anything that might signal like the rock coming through or anything different from what I'm seeing in general, just with my detect magic still up. So that'll be my plan. Circling opposite direction as Xerox, looking at these rock spots.
so so you already know like these. You've already confirmed that these are places where the rot is like actively and will be the places where the rot breaks into the space first. Like you can imagine eventually, like from what you've heard or understand about this place, like all of it could eventually just be consumed. But
Right.
so can you explain a little bit better or differently, like what more information you're trying to get from
Yeah.
it?
Well, I guess specifically like if I see movement or like detect magic that indicates the harbinger.
So imminent.
Yeah, something or imminent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Or any I would say otherwise just like any oddities.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly looking for signs of everything also.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so let's do you guys again looking around. Did you join Discord again? Was that you or is
No,
that
I
Sarah?
think Sarah's there.
Hey.
Hey!
Hello.
Oh, great
Welcome.
job. Welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Ray just began diving into an immense bellstone crystal, which seems to be somewhat permeable by gray and seemingly nothing else.
Okay.
You guys are in the heart of what's left of the tree where the seed is,
Uh-huh.
and the the way that you like came in, gained access is like closed behind you.
Okay.
And Xerox's natural sense and like desire to assess danger and threats in her environment was able to identify 4 specific locations where you guys suspect the rot is going to first break into this space.
Did we assess how long we might have before it does that?
You've only just begun to like see the effects in themselves. So
Okay.
getting that additional information has not quite been gained yet.
How
Also,
is
you're
Shippy?
holding a rope that's attached to Gray.
Oh, good. That'll be good when I need to pull him out with my -2 strength.
It's very
Exactly.
important.
Perfect choice. How's Shippy?
Shippy is away.
Shippy has Rory telepathic and is supposed to tell us when he's out of danger.
Danger. Yeah, thanks, Joel.
He has not done that yet.
What?
Chippy has not reported in that they're out of danger yet.
Okay.
That's promising.
Or Shippy has already been lost.
How big is this Bellstone crystal?
It's about like 8 to 10 feet across,
Okay.
and it's about 20 feet tall.
Okay.
I have a couple things. Can I send Bird in towards like the left of Gray and everybody towards that 25-foot tall barrier at the top? Back corner closest to me. Yeah, right there.
Absolutely.
Can my present box go over there?
Yep. Like a button.
Yep, that's perfect. And then, oh god, there's one on the roof. Dude,
I, it's, you know, I might, I'll go run to the restroom real quick, Sarah, ask any other questions you have, and, anybody else wanna, yeah, I guess, and I'll get Sarah caught up. We'll, get in
Okay.
to, the Braves face to face.
Go ahead.
Is Quilla still far out at the beginning of the tree?
No, I had to come in because it was a long ways.
Okay.
Kind of just came in at the back of the party. Now I'm circling with Xerox, looking at these spots of rock.
Okay. If
Mm.
everyone could be within 20 feet of the crystal,
Gray
I'll
is
stay within there. I mean, Gray's within the crystal, but
yeah. Gray has found that he could like breathe inside of this crystal.
if I need to, I can cast a force wall.
Hmm.
Keep the rot away. I'm waiting for word from Shippy though.
I mean, that is an awesome idea, but also bunching up never works out well for people sometimes.
What never works out well?
Bunching up. I don't know how many times I've seen you fireball people that are bunched up.
Mm-hmm. Well, the sphere or the hemisphere I would create would be a 20-foot radius. No, 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter.
Oh, 10-foot radius. That's tight.
So I don't want someone to get stuck outside the way Quilla's friend was
Friend.
long ago. Undead friend.
Oh, right.
I don't remember his name.
My giant.
The zombie you made.
Burn the horn bowl?
Yeah. And he was scratching at the magic circle to try to get in.
Oh, poor guy. I think we just had to leave him because
He was torn apart by all the other zombies. Or demons or whatever they were.
I think we weren't allowed to take him through. I thought that's what it was. Like something about his.
I worded it against undead, and he is undead.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Cold-hearted.
I know. And I totally missed that part of the session too. I don't know.
Oh, and did you see the map in the group chat section?
Maybe.
That might help sort of detect things. The orange swirls are where the like potential rot entrance points are. There's one on the floor, one on the ceiling, and then 2 that are sort of on both the wall and the floor.
Oh wait, was this in the text?
Mm-hmm.
Not in the Discord? Okay.
Correct.
And Mark, the ceiling is 60 feet up.
60 feet.
I'm getting
perfect size for a wall of force.
I mean, it's 65 feet.
I'm getting bad juice from the one up on the ceiling over there for no reason. Beep Boop wants to try to climb up close to it so he can plant a glyph of warding very close to it
Nice.
Okay.
using 200 gold points worth of Bellstone, which will be marked off.
See that it is. Anything else from you watchers and guardians of Grey?
I'm just waiting to hear from Shippy and measuring out the wall of force.
I guess sort of which way you're gonna go to the basically. You were gonna go this way. Clockwise? Okay. And I'll head this way. Sort of staying close because I don't want to go too far. Do you want to go this way? Or are you still here?
I guess I'll say,
Over here.
just be ready to come into the circle if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Grey,
Johan probably be up here with the crystal out there.
Are we in
Yeah.
this?
we can give Johan the rope.
Yeah. Azura can hand Johan the rope.
Yeah, I'll give Johan the rope because I don't think we want me holding it.
Well,
I can barely hold it as is.
Xerox handed it to me, and then I handed it to you because I wanted to move around.
Okay.
No one wants Gray's leash.
I feel
So,
like
Greg.
Hootsworthy would do a better job than me.
You force yourself to submerge into this crystal. It once again gives way, and you meld into or through it. And there's again that rising moment of panic, maybe somewhat shorter lived this time, as you are forced to breathe in this strange, viscous crystal liquid. You're not even sure if you're really breathing it in or if something else is happening here, but your breathing works. It's like just trudging through deep, thick mud almost, but the mud is not just up to your ankles or whatever, but it's like just almost all the way through. You feel yourself pulling yourself through with your hands just as well as you like trudge through with your legs, drawing closer and closer to this seed, this already split seed with this new growth coming out of it. Draw close, Gray, and your companions see the crystal seal itself behind Gray, and Gray crawls, climbs, swims deeper into the crystal and seems to grow maybe not smaller, but more distant. Give me a perception check, you watching these portals.
Great. 11.
19.
You
8.
Do you get one for your bird too?
I was just rolling it.
you get 8, Sarah?
Yeah, 8.
Bird.
I'm still handing the rope off to Johan.
Bird got 15.
15. Think that Beep Boop, you are the first to notice almost a slackening in some of the roots around that spot you're watching the ceiling. You look up and you see there's no great break in the wall, no eruption of the rot, merely a drip, drip, drip of the rot ocean penetrating this depth into the heart of the tree. And the rest of you, as I assume, Beep Boop, you let your companions know what you see.
Oh yeah, I shout real loud.
Your attention's brought to the whichever spot you're closest or paying most attention to, and the one on the floor, you see that there's just like water beginning to burble up from the ground. Beep Boop, with that perception check as well, an additional insight, you see, just like the rot ocean above, the rot water, this fluid that drips into the space, hits the ground and sizzles with heat. The ocean above was boiling, and the water coming into this space is nearly, or if nearly as hot.
It might be angry and it's very hot. Be careful, don't let it touch you, please. Can I put something under this one to collect the drippity drops of rots?
Do you have a bowl or a bucket or something you want to use, put out?
I mean, I'm sure there's something in my inventory that says carrying object. I'll let you know if I find it, though. Ooh, I'll put like the chest plate of one of like some scale mail under it.
Yeah, I won't stop you. I don't know what you're hoping to achieve with it.
I don't either. I just want it to happen.
Absolutely. You look through your pocket of holding or whatever, your backpack. You pull out a set of armor you've looted, I presume, at
Yep.
some point. Throw it on the ground and start seeing the drips, which are now turning into a steady trickle, hit that armor, and you can see it starting to like you can still see that like steam rising up from it, and you can see it beginning to like degrade the leather underlying and the cloth underlying the armor first. And you can see like the heat, the armor itself, like beginning to heat noticeably.
Okay. This is gonna be fun. Are the bear like? Is it growing the portal above my head?
There is an increasing rate of flow of rot water. I'll tell you that.
Okay. And so my goal was to put that glyph of warding like on the ceiling, right next to that thing, so that
Yeah, you see like rot water like trickling through. Like you can still see like the runework of the glyph. It's visible to you, if not your enemies or whatever. You can see still like the faint outline of it. It's still intact,
okay.
but they're dripping through it and around it.
Cool.
If something more sizable comes through, it'll probably activate.
Dope. That's what I'm hoping for, and we'll call it frost damage for now, because I don't remember what things have been effective against it. And I don't want to keep standing under this, so I'm going to move slightly away back towards mid-crystal.
Okay. So do you want to get back up on the platform, or do you want to be on the ground next to it?
On the ground next to it, please.
Okay. Is this, now that he's pointed this out, am I seeing the same thing at the? Okay. Is it cooling on the ground?
Yeah, it's beginning like this one, like you can see it like leaking through the wall, and it's like leaking and draining down to the floor.
I will avoid that And since he's covering this one, I'm going to make my way back to over here, avoiding any of that drip and but ready to run back this way.
Who's kind of doing the same before.
Yeah. All right. Great. Like walking in a dream, you feel your body has been struggling to obey your commands as expected. But unlike this a dream, you feel like you've been able to arrive at your destination. The sea grows larger before you, and in moments you are standing before what great like strange seed like an acorn, but immense, like the size of a house now, as you have walked some dream distance to it.
Yeah, Gray will reach out his little hand and put it on the tree or the seed and say, I hear, I help. And we'll begin to cast Druidcraft. One of the abilities of Druidcraft is you instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. So he's going to attempt to cause the seed to open.
I love that.
Give it the encouragement.
Yeah. Give me a spell attack roll. Not an attack here in this moment, but just a gauge of the power you're
13.
13. You are to like reach out and gather some of your energy to push it into the seed. You have this memory of just like so many of the lessons that you learned in when you were being trained as a druid. You learned that life is at its most fundamental is potential, is change with changing conditions. And you reach out and you touch this seed, and your mind is split for a moment, Gray. You see the past and the future at the same time and struggle to comprehend it. You remember that previous vision, the moment the tree was first struck by the rot, by that cosmic tearing in the earth like a comet moving through space and time itself, hitting the tree in a way, or cutting through it and leaving the rot in its wake, spelling the ultimate doom of that great tree. And you see that moment in your mind again, and it is split from that moment into the future and into the past. And you see as you touch this, you feel as you touch this seed that so much of this was made by the tree that is now dead. The tree whose last bit of energy went into creating this place to protect this seed. And you see all the untold millennia stretching behind the history of that tree, its entire life ending in that creation of the seed and creating this space. And you can see that tree that had grown into this unimaginably towering structure, that it was able to grow on its limbs astral bodies like Luna. It too came from a single seed and grew into the world. And you remember in that deep expansion of your mind where you are almost reliving this entire life of the tree. You remember it yearning for the sun above the light above and the great light below, and it being splayed out between its roots and its branches, gathering and exchanging energy from the sun and from the very core of the world itself. And it bridged that connection and enabled this strange exchange of energy that seems to have been the engine of all life in the world initially. And your memory of the past snaps back all the way to that moment of the Rot's arrival and the changing of the tides that would spell the death of that tree and the ending of that life. And your memory changes to seeing all the potential of this new tree, this new life that will spill out into the world in a new way. And you see all that potential, but it is hazy. It is clouded to you. You know that there's something here blocking that potential from being realized in whatever shape it may take. The rot is overlaying the world right now. It spells death for any new life that would be born, and it must be swept away before something new can take the place. The tree, or rather the seed, senses you, Gray, senses your touch and your call for growth, for something new through that druid craft. And you can tell that it is hungry. It has been starved, this seed. It yearns for the light above and below, but it cannot reach it. You've given it a little spark of your own strength, and it laps it up hungrily.
It's okay, Seed. I love you. And he gives it a big hug. And he'll try and make his way back out, maybe pulling on the rope to try and get himself out so that he could communicate with the others.
I think we all still have.
telepathic bond.
Oh, yeah.
Wolf's Gray, you turn away from the seed to try and leave. And you can feel around your waist where the rope is something tighten. And you look behind you, and the seed has erupted into two new tiny little growths that have extended out and reached around your waist.
Good hug back. Gray will tell the others through the mental bond that there's great evil here that must be dealt with. Seed need light. Seed need seed stuff to grow.
I thought
We'll let Gray know that the evil that is preventing the seed's growth may be here quicker than we all imagine.
Is there any other like living plants in this area, or is it just like dead and barren?
Everything outside of this protected chamber is the rot. And everything here is hardened, ancient heartwood root that has been like inured and preserved to defend against the rot for as long as possible. What are you hoping to do here?
Gray's gonna take a handful of bugs. Throw some worms down on the ground. Maybe some termites to help break up the current tree to create some nutrients for the seed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna focus on spreading some good bugs out. I could even do something like casting like insect plague, but not to do damage, but to create a large swarm of insects to try and do his bidding.
Mm-hmm.
If the DM would allow that.
You need worms.
I would absolutely allow that.
Yeah, he will do that. He will cast insect plague of worms and healthy plants.
You still like within this crystal, Gray, and you feel as you like begin casting this magic, you can feel the grasping vines around you, not painfully, but you can feel them like siphoning or consuming some of this energy you're using. And you, in that way that you are connected to the memories and the life of the old tree, in a moment you remember the great expanse of roots that the old tree had throughout the world and deep into the earth. And you can sense the rot and decay heavy in those roots. You send out the swarm of bugs, these termites and other like consuming creatures that begin rushing out in a swarm from you. You like open up your bag to let out several and begin casting this magic, and after moments, thousands upon thousands, millions, swarms of bugs are erupting from your bag of bugs, Gray, far more than could possibly be carried in it. And these begin, you guys all see from the outside this swirling, like swarm of like what look like locusts or something around, erupting from Gray, swirl around, and then go into the sea. And Gray, from your perspective, you can see those insects erupt into those roots, erupt into the old pathways of this tree, and they are immediately met with the vast ocean, the vast weight of the rock here. The tree is still hungry, or the seed. But you see that this could be something that would help the seed, but it's going to need more from you. You guys see that swirl of insects spiral into the seed itself. The crystal is clear again, and the drips, which turned into trickles, are now gushing forth rot as these roots begin loosening and weakening, and the rot begins to pour into this place. So, at this point, we will roll initiative.
I don't want to die. I'm so proud of all of us.
I am too. I just want a round of applause for everybody. Quilla.
Close 17.
17. Beep boop.
Taylor Swift.
89.
And by that I mean 22.
22.
So close, Jared. So close.
I mean, I was gonna say it's high. Real high.
I have really high initiatives.
Go with Greg.
14.
0.
10.
And 0.
50.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you made it.
Right.
It's I can pull this.
Oh yeah, Johan. Johan?
I got him up in D&D Beyond. He got a 12.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so the top of the round. Higher roll than all of you. You see a familiar sprouting of legs. 8 or pairs. Broken and wounded in places from the wounds inflicted by Aquila. Coming in from the ceiling.
Oh
yeah.
man. Ha 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 ha.
Right into the cliff.
Yeah.
You see the familiar form of the Arbinger of Rot. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
Oh boy.
Even me?
Aside from Greg.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Nice.
17.
16.
24.
So you got 24 and a nat 20 for a total of, what'd you get? Sorry?
28.
Oh, just kidding. Actually, that was
Johan.
18. Yeah, it was a Johan perception stat. But
Uh,
I think we go to Johan's too.
you thought the real dice would fail you after all those good digital rolls, but here we are.
Well, okay, so it's like at the beginning I got a 20 and now.
So, Xerox, you saw exactly the wounds inflicted by Aquila's magic upon the Arbinger. You saw it like rip through the upper brain, like flesh of this thing. This is a near copy, but not the same thing.
Mm.
I would my turns.
It crawls in through the ceiling right into your glyph, beep boop.
It has to make. It's probably gonna make it a 19 Dex save.
19.
Hey, you need.
It fails.
What? It can do that? It takes 10 plus 18, so 18, 26 points of Frosty Frost damage.
26.
That is an accurate statement.
Nice. You see the frost erupt across it. It like as it like crawls into the space, the frost just like slams into exists like in this like force wave. You can see the frost like hit the flesh of this thing and like freeze parts of its body. It slows its movement for a moment as like outer layers of its flesh just like frozen solid break and crumble away. This, you know, from experience, the Arbinger would not have been struck by that.
Oh shit.
You yeah, you see it crawl. Oh yeah, it's still its turn with that glyph. It's still its turn. You see it crawl down onto the ceiling, so it's like on the ceiling 60 feet away at the top. It is going to. Yeah, it sees you all, and it's going to leap down right onto, let's say, Johan holding the rope to Gray.
Oh shit.
It leaps down. It will take some falling damage for that, which I'll calculate here in a moment. But in the meantime, it is going to attack Johan with 3 attacks. My other yeah. So so we have a 20 and a 16. So 16, a 20, and a very immense against Johan. Check his AC for me, please.
20.
Yo.
20. So I think there was a 20. So that would have hit him.
1 hit.
So we'll get 1 hit and it'll be a total. I don't think he has any resistances to like bludgeoning / piercing, so it'll be a total of 22 points of damage. And he needs to make a automatically grappled and restrained. So Johan is grappled and restrained by this strange creature. This what looks to be, and as you guys, many of as you guys are beginning to note, is not behaving the same as the Arbinger, but is leapt out and has attacked Johan. Beep boop, you're up.
He has something called Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet hits him, he could use his reaction to cause the creature to make a dexterity saving throw. And it takes 2d8 thunder or lightning damage.
Does he want to save for counterspell or use this?
It's not a spell, it's just a reaction.
Yeah, but counterspell uses your reaction.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I guess he'd probably wait. And he probably has to make a or a Constitution saving throw because he has nimbleness up, I think.
Oh, glibness?
Glibness, yeah. I'm gonna see if that's concentration.
Okay. Thanks for checking on that. Beep Boop, what are you up to?
So this thing is not in reach from me, and I know that it is not the actual rot monster. How sturdy? How sturdy is this thing? Never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna make some cannons.
Oh, look at the box.
So, I am going to make my cannons. One is going to attach itself to my shoulder like it normally should. And the other one, I'm gonna huck on to this platform, like right under Johan.
Okay. So you have, let's get a separate, make this hat a bird, and then we can separate that present into two pieces for the two constructs.
All right.
But the constructs go over by Biku.
Okay.
The bird stays there. And then the, nope, other way.
Okay.
There we go.
That's the verb.
Verb is a green hat now.
Okay.
There we go.
I love green hats.
That's a little bit weird. Okay, anything else, Biku?
Do I have line of sight of this giant monstrosity?
Absolutely. It's towering tall enough that you can see it over this rise. You're at the base of it.
Awesome. So as my bonus action, I am going to shoot at it with the cannon that is on me for a large number to hit. We'll call it 30.
Yeah, let's see it. 30 to hit? Yeah, I'll hit it for sure.
Hell yeah. Let me roll damage. That's gonna be 16 points of damage, and if it's pushable, it gets pushed 5 feet away from me.
What are the conditions of being? I mean, it's not immune to being pushed. It's a large creature.
Make a ranged spell attack, and if the target is a creature, it is pushed 5 feet away from the cannon. It doesn't give a size.
Say push then. This is not large enough that I would want to investigate further, so I say it happens.
It gets
You
pushed.
notice, like, the size of this creature, like you can see that, like, this is again more evidence that this is not the Arbinger. This has less mass than you expect or think it ought to have for the size of this thing.
And then for my protection cannon, my friend over there takes 6 points of temporary hit points.
Which friend? I think one of those got.
Sorry, 6 points to Johan, because that one's up by Johan.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll note that Johan has 6 temp HP.
And that's gonna be. I'm gonna move a little bit towards the wall, towards Jared. Taking my little thing with me. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight up against that wall, Jared. Right towards you. Right? Nah, too far. Right towards the tip of that bad boy.
But,
No, sorry. I keep saying towards you, but just like right where I was, just right at the tip of that. Yeah, thank you. And then that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Just like real life.
Just like real life. It's so smooth and effortless, and children are right next to you. And also, not to give more things, but I and Johan have half color.
Oh, great. Cool. Please help me remember that, because I will probably forget.
I will remember.
Next up.
Johan also has bless.
Yay, more things!
Yeah. So does Gray. And Shippy.
So, the chamber you're in continues to fill with rot water.
Nice.
And right now, as a part of the layer action, a great root spills forth from this spot and is going to try and grab onto Xerox, who will need to make, I believe, in athletics. Yep, it'll be an escape against the DC of this thing here. So athletics or acrobatics, your choice, to try and so this is, let's see. I thought I had this. There's a mechanic detail that I need to fill in a slight gap here. So let me think for just a second. We'll make this a save. And we'll make that DC equal to this one, which is very fun now, as you are in the heart of the danger. Yeah, so it is you can do a strength or dexterity saving throw as this tentacle reaches out to try and grapple you.
Feral instinct. I have advantage on dex saving throws for thing effects that I can see.
You can definitely see this as it spills forth.
And I don't get any higher, so I'm gonna go with that.
27 succeeds.
Well, I mean,
Not-
it's a box fight.
By a lot.
It's a box fight. Do I need to get a natural 20 on this?
The root tries to grapple you, fails, but is now just like tangling around, like reaching around out of the this spot here and trying to grapple anybody it can. Still like sweeping around and trying to get you measure like bashing it with your hammer and like smashing with your shield to keep it away from you. Quilla, you are up, and Xerox, you are on deck.
Seeing that thing go after Xerox, Kola quickly looks around, and I'm assuming if I jump up on like this route, it's like at least like I'm like halfway up to the platform.
So,
Try to get a little elevation, a little further away from the twirlies.
mhm.
And then I will cast. Sorry, I think I had an idea. I had a lot of ideas. She's just gonna deal with what's right in front of her. Cast Hex on this Harbinger simulacrum thing, and shout to Nazira. It looks like you're not the only one who can make copies. And then fire some Eldritch Blast at it. It's gonna be that's fine. That was 20. Nope, 18. Worse. That one's gonna be 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Okay. And then that's 13 damage. Oh, plus a d plus 3 range. So 16 total.
Nice.
And that's all we can do at the moment.
Yeah, with that Eldritch Blast that snaps into this copy of the Arbinger, you see it just like slam into the brainy mass of this thing. Like you can see just like it burn through so much of this thing, and like leave these like blackened streaks throughout the brain. Like this thing is taking damage way faster than again like the true Arbinger would.
Okay.
This is bloodied now.
Okay. I think this is a lot weaker than the real one. I don't know how many of these we're gonna see. I'll shove that.
All right, Xerox, you're up. Gray, you are on deck, still inside the seed. Get to you in just a moment.
Xerox is going to use her bonus action to fly into rage. I'm just going to fly up here and try to break the grapple that she has on Johan.
Ooh.
And put herself between these Harbinger Simulacrum and Gray.
Nice.
Go ahead. You can make a shove attack against this thing's grapple DC. To just like push Johan out of the grapple.
I have advantage on my attempts to push stuff because of my aspect of the bear.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's athletics.
hmm
Okay. Okay. So that's a 23.
Yeah, you shove Johan out. This thing's like you can see like what looked like it had like impaled Johan on like one of those like front mandible things that the Arbinger had. Instead, you see like one of those like break off and start flailing around as if like lost any like structure it had and became some tentacle. And Johan is pushed away. That does push Johan down, and I think they will fall off down into the lower level from the upper level there.
Oh, sorry.
Um, so y'all can make a quick acrobatics check for Johan, or
Oh, and the merger would have been at a disadvantage for my hex too.
Johan. I'm assuming that's the roll.
Yeah, it's
That looks
high,
low.
but I don't know, yeah.
Johan loses the temporary HP just from the fall. Takes 6 damage. So that is gone. Anything else from the zero? So it was one attack effectively from that
One
shot.
attack.
Yep.
Nice.
So you give me another attack.
Oh yeah.
I would then I would recklessly swing my hammer with both hands. So that's going to be a 30 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and for 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'll push it 5 feet back using my crusher feet.
Nice. I'd say 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Excellent. Anything else from Xerox?
Yeah.
Greg, you see the insects that you just released like flood into the root networks that have now been consumed and occupied by the rot. But you see through this vast network, this vast maze, this tangle of these roots, you can sense one root of the rot that has sprung into this chamber and just moments ago was writhing and trying to grapple and tear at Xerox's body. You can sense that root. You can direct your swarm of insects to consume and destroy it.
Yeah, insect plague has a concentration up to 10 minutes. So, yeah, he'll attempt to move his bugs into the limb of the tree.
You feel yourself not concentrating on the spell anymore as it has been taken and amplified by the seed itself.
Excellent.
Mm.
Yeah, he will send the termites to attack the branch, and noticing that he is isn't concentrating on that, will cast Aura of Vitality, and as a bonus action, will attempt to heal Johan for some of that damage he's taken.
Has Johan taken any real damage yet?
He took like 22 points of damage plus the 6, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he will regain 5 hit points.
Awesome. And what was that spell you just cast?
Aura of Vitality. This is the one that lasts for a minute, and then every I could use a bonus action each round to heal.
You, if it isn't already, this is max healing in this space.
Then that will be a total of 12 HPs.
Mhm.
Is anyone tracking his HP? Otherwise, I could do it.
I'm not.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Great. You feel like the energy that you have committed to the seed so far has been enough, like you've been able to direct it to aid your companions. Oh, first of all, make a spell attack roll for me with advantage against this route that you've sent your swarm to engage.
That'll be 26.
Yeah. How much damage does that spell typically do?
It's 4d10, I believe.
You automatically do maximum damage.
Nice.
So that's 40 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to make a Constitution saving throw. No, okay. Or they would take half as much damage if they make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it does have a save potential. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had you make it a spell attack, so I wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't need to do that. You'll just make
Okay.
a save in the future. It's doing this with. It normally has advantage, but it's doing this now flat. What's your DC?
Is 17.
And it's con.
That's correct.
That fails with a
Nice.
15. The root that you saw that had reached out to try and grapple Xerox, you can see these termites, these great insects broiling underneath the flesh of the root, the outer skin or bark of the root, and you can see that this thing is like splitting in places as these like bugs spill out. This root is almost destroyed. Great. It was a bonus action to cast that spell, that healing spell, or was it an action? Oh, I think you're muted. Or
Oh, hit the wrong button. It was a action to cast the spell and bonus action to actually heal with it.
gotcha. Okay. So the seed will remain. You can feel that it is still hungry and wants you to direct more energy into it.
Must help friends, Seed.
And I think actually, again, you can sense like when you're in this space and you cast that healing spell, you can feel the seed is like consuming this and amplifying it in the same motion. You can feel that healing like being drawn into the seed and into the crystal, and then like just like expanding out into the space. There is some magic here that is vastly amplifying what you're putting into it.
Do I get a sense that it like hungers for my magic?
It hungers for your magic. It hungers. Your magic is largely Gray an expression of your own power, the connection that you have with the world, and the power invested upon you, either like this, holding the mantle of this seed, or like whatever this is, your connection to this thing. So it hungers for your magic, but even more, it like you can feel it just like hungers for any of your life, any of your essence, anything that you can give it. There's some critical point it needs to reach to be able to activate, to collect enough energy to then expand out. You can see that it's like wanting to overcome this rot, this effect that is stymieing its growth, that's preventing it from reaching out above and below. It wants you to give it enough energy that it can overcome that.
Okay. I further hug the seed. Give it a big old squeeze.
You feel more tendrils sprout from cracks in the seed and embrace you in return. And Gray, you feel an eagerness. And this eagerness is not coming, it's certainly reflected in the seed, but there is an eagerness that you are experiencing, that you are sensing from the bow that you carry. The bow that is the remnant of that ent, the most ancient ent of the Gloomwood that gave itself in all of its rage and fury to be a cleansing force. To be a force that defends nature.
Hmm.
And it is as excited about this moment as the seed is.
Okay. He'll take the bow off and put it near the seed.
Begin pulling the bow off your back. And we'll go on to Johan.
Sacrificing your loots.
Experimenting.
It reaches out and Gray's like, no.
Slaps the roots away. Mine.
It does too much damage to let it go.
Johan would probably do. What did they say he would do?
Be right back while you guys are doing Johan's turn.
I'll also be right back while you guys are figuring out Johan's turn.
Okay.
I think his plan was to use counterspell whenever he can. He has glibness, which helps with his charisma checks.
Right.
And I think he was going to use etherealness to try and turn ethereal and take me out of this realm, which is a self one action.
Does he have to touch you to do that?
I'm looking at it now.
I don't think you need to be saved from the rot yet.
Yeah.
I think in this moment, I think he would take the opportunity to sling some attacks at this thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
And give Xerox some bardic inspiration.
That's true. I bet he would bardic inspire you.
Okay. What kind of attacks does Johan have?
He's got some melee stuff, but he'd probably go with the spell Shatter, Thunderwave, Lightning
Thunderwave?
Bolt.
Could he aim Thunderwave enough to knock this thing off of the platform?
I think he just got knocked down onto the ground, so he's below it.
I think he's. Oh yeah, he did get knocked down then.
Yeah. Let's put Shatter on the thing.
That does like a range that 10-foot radius, so I'm sure he could aim it so that it wouldn't hit anyone else.
Right.
Yeah, he's got some range just behind it. So if you want to put it in that space, you could probably.
If he upcasts to 4, it would do 5d8 damage.
Yeah, we want to work on just getting this thing out of here as quick as we can.
Yeah, I think either back there or over here, wherever he can not hit
Yeah.
companions. And do you guys think he would jump back up here?
You'd have to, I think you would
I
have
think
to
he would
climb.
fly. Oh, fly.
You'd have to climb.
Climb up. But if he's only here, that's a 15.
Yeah,
Even if it's difficult terrain, he should be able to get there.
yeah, let's move him back up on the platform.
Okay.
And
And I see the cannon stayed on platform.
yeah, and let's I think we're gonna do Shatter on the Harbinger.
Okay, the faux Harbinger.
The Farbinger?
Huh?
Farbinger? Because it's fake.
Looks like a carbon.
The Harm Badger.
14 to save.
Not enough.
Okay.
What kind of damage do I roll for?
5d8 thunder damage.
Alright, you got D&D damage.
Yeah, I can just do it here, I guess. Batter.
And 7 and 0 is on deck.
Okay.
Did you not show me? Roll the dice, roll the dice. It's like not working the whole thing there.
18 points of damage.
Nice. Nice. It's looking pretty heavily wounded, but it's still lurching around ungainly on its 8x4 legs. 4x2s. I really want to say that. It continues on. Is that in Johann's turn? Probably want to Bardic Inspo somebody with a bonus.
Oh yeah,
action,
he was gonna
if that's
Bardic
available.
Inspo Xerox.
Xerox, yeah.
What die is
It's a
it?
D12.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's his last bardic inspiration.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he used a bunch heading into getting shippy through that the
Oh.
clouds.
Something tells me he would save that for Gray.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's probably true.
So let's leave that for
Because he would know it was his last.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, Nazira.
Okay. Can I see any indications that this creature might be an illusion?
You can certainly investigate further, but so far,
It doesn't seem to be.
I mean, it's like certainly interacting visibly with its environment. So there's something solid here. You don't know if like it's certainly not merely illusion. It could be something, some illusory cover to something.
Okay. Well,
You can like it would be more investigation though to like confirm that or not. I think.
would that take my action?
It's supposed to by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
Okay.
say yes.
Okay. Instead of that, then I would like to try to see if we can get any sort of bearing on where the actual thing is. So I'm going to cast Arcane Eye and send it up into the sea above, into the crack.
Oh, okay.
It can fit through any 1 inch space.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How far can it go this turn?
Oh, only 30. It only has a 30-foot movement.
That's some range. The ceiling is 60 feet up, and
Okay.
it's a ways over from you.
Right. Well, it'll start going.
Cool. Yeah, you send the eye. It starts zooming its way towards the ceiling, where the ceiling leak.
I'll say to Aquila, you probably frightened it, and now it's too cowardly to show its face.
Quilla, I'm sure, says something in reply, but is in the bathroom.
Ah,
We'll
okay.
continue. All right. Anything else?
That's one
Uh,
trade route we won't establish.
Yeah. I'll make sure that I am back to Crystal.
Back, like you're facing away from the crystal.
Yeah, but like really close to it. In case I have to, like, how fast is that water or that rot water coming in?
And Mark's going to illuminate that for us now.
I'm worried it's gonna try to drown us in here.
That is exactly what is happening. As we move on to the bottom of the round, the rods turn.
Okay.
You see that trickle, that the flow of rot water increases dramatically as it bursts forth from the ceiling and begins burbling up more violently from the ground pools.
Okay.
The entire space now is up to 10 feet covered
Wow.
in rock water.
Yeah.
That's covered in rock. This entire one over here is covered in rock. And that one going across that one out down there as well.
Send me a picture of that map, please.
So we've got 10 feet of rock water now.
That's a lot of raw water.
Yep.
That's probably like almost where I am. I'm like, what? Like I was like partway up.
See that
Yeah.
15 footage. All right. And also on the lots turn, we have first rocklands coming through. Oh, rocklands, so cute. These are horrific spawns of the rot assembled from whatever material was available. Horrific appendages assembled together in unnatural ways. These are bags of flesh and rot assembled and tied together and now animate. One spilled forth from each of these. This one falls from the ceiling in a wet splash into the now welcoming pool of rot water below and they all begin to do their thing. They arrive this turn and they will begin acting on their next round. That'll bring us to the top of the next round. We just want to take a collective break before we dive into the rest of the night and the rest of this fight.
Sure.
Fight, Mike. Sounds good to
Real
me.
quick break.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like
And we'll break.
top of the round's a good time to do it. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're involved round, so.
yeah. All right. We'll be back and we'll start again in a little bit.
Yeah.
I meant to use these stones as indicators for how far this has gone up. Just in case somebody comes up with some clever way of making it go down.
That's fun.
That's fun, and it's a difficult puzzle.
It's like a puzzle. It's like a bomb quote. I expect you to die. Yeah.
Can't it just be Hulk smash?
It's a spider. What you said. Oh, unrelated. Okay. I was like.
Yeah.
It's like, my gosh, I thought I was drinking. I think it's a cider. I was like, did you want to try it? I mean, you're welcome to. No, I just thought that was a good thing. Oh, are you all dead yet? Not yet. Oh, that's good. Might happen soon. Oh, what a life is about. Okay, good. Yeah. Why Jason? Oh, I love it when your ear gets stuff like that. I mean, just have such cute tall ears all the time ears, but yeah,
Like they look turn them another dog. They just pop up. This is really cute. I wish you had all of these. I usually flop and ears. You didn't make me up so much. Was shaking him? Or maybe it's still black when she shakes him hard enough. I can totally hear him. I think they get like, cause they're so floppy, I think they get like turned inside out or like smoked or like tickle her something. So she's swallowed by them. I don't know, maybe. It seems like she flops her ears a lot. I feel like in the middle of the night, anytime she gets up, she does a good giggle and flap. Yeah. But yeah, like, you know, she is just such a good dog. It's like hard to compare any dog to her because I'm like, you never wake up in the middle of the night with ear flaps. Well, maybe she did. What do I know? That's fair. Yeah. You irritated by your ears, buddy. And it's bad. I think so.
The whole of the ground.
Yeah.
Mile. Cause we're one round of it's not big up here.
I know.
Jeez.
You gotta figure out how to bring it. I wonder if this surface is like weak. I wonder if we could like blast a hole. Probably not. Probably not effectively.
If that's a weak point there on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe we can make a hole to where it drains out. Once it
Like
gets
that
wide
way?
enough, it won't get any higher without significant increase.
Yeah, it's an idea.
Sarah's got that sunlight spell. I wonder if I could convince her to like bust a hole through the top of the tree and get sunlight in here. Maybe the seed will benefit from that.
Interesting thought.
It's interesting thought. That's I don't know how deep we are. So it went down.
The only problem is we have a huge ocean of rot above us.
Right.
Yeah.
But we may know the angle that we came in to get down here. And I don't know if it would blast all the way through whatever's left of the trunk of the tree. I regret not picking up the sunlight spell now.
Hmm. It's worth a chance. I was just gonna cast Force Wall and try to keep the roof on us,
Hmm.
but that's a good thought too. That's a good idea.
Or we could hold off on it till once we're enclosed and safe.
They're both concentration, so I can't do them both at the same time.
Of course.
Yeah, I've run into the same problem. So many of
I
my
hate
spells
that
are
so
concentration.
much.
Dude, it's rough.
So dumb. Worst mechanic ever.
Unlimited power.
Yeah, come on.
We should just put all of our spells on the scrolls.
We should.
From here on out, Gray's writing down all of his spells.
That'll go so well.
Gray knows how to write now?
I know, right?
No, it would just be like symbols and trees and leaves and birds and stuff.
Gray hands a scroll to somebody, they just look at it confused.
And like, what's this? Magic erupts from it.
Oh, magic bugs come flying out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would actually be giving Gray a lot of credit.
Gray could have his own language, his own written language.
I mean,
He could have the bugs acted out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positions of the bugs mean different things.
Bug charades.
Bug charade.
Yep.
2 words.
This better be a damn good spell.
Well, it took me 2 minutes to cast the spell this time.
It just keeps casting infestation over and over again.
All right. We resume. Top of the round. Beep boop, you're on deck. Before we get to you, you have the Arbinger's turn. And you see the Arbinger of Rot spill through the wall roots into this space, striding through the 10-foot ocean or like layered water on the ground, the floor here now. And another Arbinger has entered the scene. It strides forth. And what shall it do? Oh yeah, things that arrive on the scene, spend their turn arriving on the scene. So we'll go to the fake Arbinger, and we'll do its turn.
Wait, the Harbinger has come? The real one?
You don't know yet.
It's definitely the real one. It looks so
Oh.
Right.
real and nasty.
Yeah, this guy.
I'll never tell you the truth.
All right.
Um,
There are 2 of them, though?
there are
Yeah.
2 of them. Yeah, can you point to that one again, Chris?
This one.
Okay.
There are 2 of them.
Dun, dun, dun.
The other one is going to.
Come back, Harbinger. Come back,
And are
Harbinger's
those? Oh,
cousin.
those are Carly's dice, not monsters. It looks
Oh
like
yeah,
Correct.
these are
those teal things. Okay.
Other
Yeah.
order of monsters
you
there.
are not
It's that big dice looks so big. I thought that it must.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole nother monster.
The Farbinger next to you, Quilla,
Yeah.
is going to reach out and try and impale you on its still rigid like forearm thing the Farbinger had, and also like wrap you up with the one that's now like become like loose and tentacly.
Okay.
So it's gonna try and grapple you and attack you.
I am like probably 5 feet below it.
Oh, it's got a bit of
Wow.
reach here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it can make a gap with its
Okay.
reach. And so yes, it can make all 3 attacks.
Okay.
It gets bite attack here. Yeah, comes the breaks. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And then it has I'm sure, a miss and a higher than an 18 on its 2
Yeah, it's decent.
not tentacle attacks. They're definitely Arbinger of Rod and Pale attacks and not tentacles. Don't let your senses tell you otherwise. So the bite hits in 1 tentacle. So we have our bite. Double once. So that's a mere 5 points of piercing damage.
Wow, so lucky.
You can feel the tentacle or like this like impale thing like strikes you, and you can feel like poisons erupt from it and into your body. And you feel the lingering memory of the hero's brunch defending your body against this poisonous intervention. And you still feel that lingering pain as the poison blooms inside you. And you feel a wash of the tides coming in and out. And you feel as if you can you look up into the corner of your eye for a moment, you see Rotha, a red point in the sky. And you feel yourself inured from all the poison damage and disease that would have been a part of this attack. You're setting that boon once again, serving you well. The second attack, though, is that tentacle, and that is still going to hit. You don't have resistance to piercing or bludgeoning, I assume.
No.
So that'll be 15 points of damage. And you are grappled and restrained.
Are you within 10 feet of that dude? Because you might have half cover. I don't know if that affects anything, but.
I'm like diagonal from the cannon, but
If you're down in 5, you're still like within 5 of it. So
Okay.
half cover is what, 2
Correct.
AC?
so that takes me to 19 AC.
Now I don't remember what was what. The tentacle was was rolled an 18. I
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah.
It may have resulted in the bite not hitting you.
Yeah.
It does happen with the tentacle, and it is going to leap into the rock water below. It takes you. Grappled and restrained.
Not in the hot rot water.
I want to go in the hot water.
And it's gonna do a super slam cannonball splash. Is the official name of the ability.
Is it a Zangief pile driver?
It's
Misty step.
a bonus action?
Yeah.
This is not your turn.
Okay, never mind.
And it's gonna flop down and land on top of you.
No, I can use Misty escape though.
Yeah.
One for
What is this?
short rest.
Bullshit.
I can
React.
when I take damage, I can use reaction to turn invisible and teleport up to 60 feet away.
Nice.
It's so close. It was so close.
You're messing with some high level wizards now, Mark.
So tell me this, Quilla.
Uh-huh.
You took it's when you take damage.
Yeah.
So it will not jump off into and
Okay.
submerge itself because that was when you take the damage, not
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I vanished. Oops. And I'm gonna. Oops. Stand right.
Warlock OP.
Yep.
Yeah, nerf incoming. Next patch.
Yeah, that's something. I'm scared of the rot juice. Yeah, I land over here. Oh yeah, I could go that far, huh? Because that's within 60 feet. Probably. Yeah, I want to stay close to my friends, but I will land like over here. Not this one.
Okay. You are invisible.
Yeah, and nobody sees me.
Okay. Its attacks are spent. It's not going to move away from you. It's just going to be provoking attack. Actually, it doesn't. Oh, it was close to dead though. How's it going to play this? I'm going to die. If it doesn't do anything, it's fine. No. Only actually the only one that's actually in melee range of it, right? Right. If it to get an attack opportunity.
Unless the cannon gets on.
So it only has a range attack, so it doesn't get a melee attack opportunity.
You don't know what my cannons do.
It's gonna go for it. It's gonna go down here, and it's just gonna jump into the filth with Beat Boop or with Johan down there. Wait, is that Beat Boop or Johan? Beat Boop. It's gonna jump down the filth with Beat Boop and seemingly just try and keep him there. Back to make sure it gets the attack opportunity and stuff. If it can, it's gonna move to this side of you. But that does give Zero some attack of opportunity here. Uh, 27. Yeah, that hits. Roll low. Come on, definitely real damage. Don't die.
So that's going to be. It's going to be 16 bludgeoning damage.
16. That kills it with 1 HP to spare. Yeah, that'll suddenly destroy this one as it turns to sees Beep Boop down below and jumps. Begins jump down there to try and stop Beep Boop and keep him in the filth.
As it turns its head, Jilix brings her hammer up, using both hands and its jaw, one of its jaws hits its ceiling, and you just see it just go, the lights go.
You have to do a little bit of your like jump and fly to be able to hit it in your hand, and as you do, it's just like you can see just like the like whatever like like this thing like it has that like that face that is like that what is it like ceramic or whatever like mask porcelain mask that it had on like the Samsarans did. And that just like shatters to reveal just like it didn't even bother making a face underneath that. And it's just like a fleshy, like rotten pustule underneath the mask. And that just like breaks and shatters, the mask does, and the head just like splits open with the concussive force of the hammer. And this Harbinger is destroyed.
Oof.
I really wanted to stomp on Beep Boop. But speaking of, Beep Boop, you are up.
So, am I currently underwater?
You are currently underwater.
Boiling rock water.
Oil. In fact, you are starting. Thank you. Yes, the first time you are starting your turn in the boiling rot. Please give me a Constitution saving throw. The DC is unfriendly.
I mean, boiling rock water does sound inhospitable.
Just thinking of opening scene in Batman Forever.
I rolled a 18.
That is a failure.
Of course it is.
You are going to take
Are you blessed?
there.
No.
Yes, there we go. You are going to take 15 points of acid damage. And you find yourself immune to any additional effects of poison toxicity. Thanks to your boons.
Yeah, I do.
Hero Cease is doing a lot of work.
I'm going to make a hero's feast every day from here on out.
I mean, that doesn't seem like that bad of a plan.
But expensive.
Okay. Oh, that also means that my cannon that is on me also takes 15 points of damage. Okay. So I can't see anything.
You're not like, I mean, if you're able to swim a little bit, so you're able to like struggle to like stay afloat and get your head above water to look around. But it's difficult to swim in this because it's so hot.
And I'm a robot, so like
And you're a robot.
being a robot has its disadvantages and advantages. And this is, I'm assuming, difficult terrain, which means it would take a lot to get to the other side of this.
Yeah, you don't have a swim speed, so it's half speed to move through this.
Can I climb up the wall behind me?
Yeah, the walls around this space, because they are just so much like twisted, interwoven roots, many of them present opportunities to climb. So, absolutely.
I look and I go up, and then I climb up the wall.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna come up on this there by the wall. So you get so we'll say that your movement when you're climbing up in the walls around the rock water, I will require athletics checks. The DC is just going to be 15 for these typically. Actually, I'm sorry, 12 unless there's an additional issue here. Because these represent really climbable surfaces.
Okay, I rolled a 13, so solid.
Very good.
Nice.
I'm glad that you changed your mind from 15 to 13.
Mark me the day.
Yeah. All right.
So
You're on your way up out of the water. You're about like 15 feet up above the water level, or you can get as far as 15 feet up above the water level, which puts you at 25 feet elevation.
awesome. I like being that high.
I mean, wait, 35. Wait, 15, 10, 25. There we go.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, first things first. Um, F this noise, and I'm gonna grab my ball of yarn and squeeze some of the acid juices out of it, and then cast the spell Vortex Warp with an action, and bloop myself on over to I'm gonna say where my friends are at in the center. I want to be closer to where Quilla is, though. And I have like 30 feet, I think.
You can go 30 feet total.
Yeah, with Vortex Warp.
Okay, so take like 5 feet for just down, and then go as far over as you want. We'll not worry about Pythagoras.
Don't let him hear you say that.
Okay.
And then my bonus action will be spent shooting Rot Monster over there, because I believe they're. Is that 120 feet? Is it further than 120 feet to that guy over there?
No, you can definitely get it with 120.
All right. Shoot it at him.
Nice.
With a 23 to hit?
That'll hit it.
And that'll do 18 points of damage.
Nice.
And push him back into the wall 5 feet. Haha, sucker.
Yeah, you can all the way over there. Nice.
Does he like sink into the rotting part a little bit?
I mean, it's not enough. He had the move to go back. If he was already up on the wall, maybe, but excellent. Anything else from Beach?
Everybody's gonna get. Well, if you're standing close to that red thing over there, you're getting 7 points of temporary hit points. But other than that, I'm just gonna yell at what I'm guessing is the actual rot monster. We're on a full rest this time, bitch. And that'll end my turn.
Excellent. That brings us to the layer, and it is going to sprout this time. Everything good?
I think so. What did the Lemnis Lanerga happen? What was the news?
The layer effect is the root sprouting out
Oh,
of
the
it.
root one.
And we have another root sprout. Another root sprout. And this one now, we'll mark this as. Or use this sometime. We'll just remember.
Okay, it's not your pen.
Yeah, maybe like once that's like. Yeah, actually. You want to get some of the roll of paper over that's like a scrap paper to you, like that's be helpful. Indicate as these roots remain in this place. You see, these ones come out and they're, maybe like 30, 20, 30 feet long. This one now in this space has grown longer as it has been allowed to fester and grow and extend. And it can now reach all the way up onto the platform from here all the way up into this space. And it's going to reach out and grab the nearest of you, which is Nazira. The root is going to make an attack against you, Nazira.
All right, hold on.
It's sometimes the dice just don't want to be villainous. He gets an 11 on the attack against you.
That would not hit.
Dance around this tentacle, now too large and unwieldy for its own good. And it slapped on the ground next to you with a splash of rock water. It is like a sponge almost, just filled with it and dripping it. That is our layer. If you want to replace those pens with those, and we can like draw on them maybe with there's a purpley blue. Just like make them like clear, visible lines so like people on the webcam can see those a little bit easier. Don't be conservative with the ink there. But it's pretty washed out on the board, so
Yeah, I can't see it at all. Hey, there we go.
So we have a very long one here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we have a shorter one that's right here. You can see the tentacle. Just barely, I can see the slightly blue patch on the washed out white. And there's one over there too from the near one.
Okay.
Thank you, Boo. So,
Layer assistance.
yes, the layer aids are here to help me kill you all. I appreciate your efforts. Quilly, you're up. Xerox on deck.
Oh gosh. And so that one is still there, but it didn't grip Nazira.
Mm-mm.
Correct. It like lashed out but failed to grab Nazira.
Alright. Now, as a bonus action. Change my plans. I want to look. I'm still invisible. Can I get a good look at what this guy looks like before I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it look
So
like the counterfeit or like a real her?
at this point, I think that it is going to require an actual action to, similar to like an illusion. You guys know the game that the Harbinger is playing, but it's going to require very close attention to detail to identify if
Fair.
one is the actual Harbinger or not.
Okay,
That becomes more and more evident as they take damage, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd rather. Now I'm worried about the brute too, but I'm more worried about this creature that's probably gonna hurt us. I'm gonna move my hex as my bonus action to this guy, and I'm gonna blast him with three eldritch blast. Of the game.
That'd be good.
Is that I'm not able on the credit. Okay. That's gonna be
3 attacks. I'm just rolling them all.
12, 16, and 16 plus 13 for each of those. So
what was it,
25.
25?
Yes.
All 3 hit it.
Perfect. And that's a. And details for damage. One. So that was 6 damage plus 11 damage plus 11. So 22 plus 6. 20 damage. Oh, and a hex. Hex is only once per turn, right?
X is every attack.
Every attack.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's okay. So
Another
7
3d6.
necrotic damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Oh, you know what though? For my attack, I need to make sure my hex is still up. Actually,
Oh, you might have lost.
I might have lost concentration on it.
Fair.
Let me.
That'll
Yeah.
kill it.
Wait, did I have it is low?
No, it's 10 or half the
And
damage.
my
that you
con
took.
modifier is. Yeah, I think I dropped it, so never mind those last 7.
Do you have Warcaster?
do actually.
Oh, that gave you advantage,
Let
right?
me. I was just trying to make sure. I think I do. Yeah, I do have Warcaster. So okay,
Yeah.
so 9 plus 3, so 12.
Yeah, I don't think you took them over 20 on any individual hit, so I think it's
Okay. Woo! Okay.
Nice.
So yes, I got that 7 extra and kept my next up.
nice. All right, anything else from Quilla?
Well, Quilla just became visible. She's gonna just step over here by this rot thing because she wants to keep it from getting to the crystal.
First attack would have had advantage as well since you were invisible. Do you want to just roll for the crit just in case? Okay. All right. Well, that ends Quill's turn. We go to Xerox, and then Greg, you're on deck. And then everybody be thinking collectively about Johan after that.
Mhm.
I'm going to fly out to here.
You're still up
Yeah.
in the air. Cool. Oh.
You recklessly chuck my lightning, my
Lightning dagger.
javelin of lightning. That's shit. So I'm gonna recklessly chuck it so I have a flat roll.
So disadvantage, huh?
It's 30 and 120.
Oh, okay. So you have advantage on the route if you wanted to line them up. So yeah,
I'm
you
just
can.
lining them up, and
Okay.
I'm aiming for that guy.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to catch the root in the lightning damage.
Perfect. Okay.
19 did it.
19 hits.
Okay. So I don't know if that's the guy.
Mhm.
Okay, so four lightning damage to both of them need to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 13. I assume one of them
They're
will make.
both gonna succeed on that.
Okay, so they will take half of 16 lightning damage. That guy will take 9 piercing damage.
Nice. You see the lightning just rip through the root and almost rip it in half. It is hanging on by a thread, still flailing around. You think it might just rend itself apart, but it is still technically alive with a sliver of HP.
I will send my second
Oh,
javelin.
fair enough.
I will throw my second javelin
Mhm.
recklessly at the still flailing root.
Mhm.
That will be 25 to hit for 10 piercing damage.
And piercing damage slays that wreath. You see it like cut it in half, and like the forward half of it just like flops off and splashes down into the rot after sliding down off the root outcropping there. The other portion just like starts like just like immediately withering away. It's like in its form just lost by it, and it is gone. Get this. There's more are coming.
Was it too heavy to float?
It seems like when it hits the hot roiling water, now that it's like lost whatever cohesion it had, it just dissolves back into the rot.
Back into the mother
Amazing.
rot.
hmm
Lovely.
Absolutely terrible. Like the hottest like garbage and compost mixture. Just it's absolutely terrible. Like
Garbage sauna.
yeah, you feel like you might be retching and heaving if not for your hero's brunch.
Okay, so I have a question. Do I have a sense? I've called lightning before. It's product lightning.
Yeah.
Do I have a sense that I have some ability to kind of, since I am a van paladin of some kind now, can I call some similar sort of power? Do I have a sense that I'm not asking?
Yeah. You feel like that was a channeling in a particular moment with the assistance of the Darkstar Prince. You like think for a moment about that sensation, like how it felt to channel and control that power. There is still lingering power above, but you feel like without some assistance, it's not enough to like break into this place to be of assistance. But you do like, I mean, like a little bit out of game, you do like your companions are talking about like burning a hole through the for the sun to burn through here. Like similarly, if you did gain access, you might be able to channel some of that. into
So if
some
I
of
were
that
to
lingering
use
power.
my action surge to use an action to try to channel divinity of some kind and try to have the lightning bore a hole for this stuff to leak out.
That would be even more difficult because like stuff now, you guys are below water level.
We're already below.
So like yeah, so like any like burning or like access to this place as you know like thought about like the sun were to like were to be summoned and like bore a hole into this place. If that weren't like kept up or like bolstered by something like that just like was like for a round and then went out, that would just ultimately just expand the access for the rot to get in here. It needs to be either like you've noticed probably all of you, like Gray is wielding greater power than Gray normally is capable of. If you could tie that in somehow, or like figure something out like that, that might be a plan. But just by itself, that would be, yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I will forego that and I will end my turn by zooming over here in my.
All right. Excellent. After Xerox, we have Gray.
Gray is gonna try and move the bugs that were in that. Are the bugs still around, or are they gone now? Did they fall into the water with that tree limb?
That was a fraction of the swarm at your command.
He will move it over to, I guess, the one closest to you and Jared. Then start attacking that one over there.
Yeah, so that's a save on its behalf.
Con save, yes.
The natural 1.
So we'll take 40 damage.
The 40 damage. That's you said arrows, that's healing failure. 30 points. Nice.
Gray would like to take a dagger from his belt and slice his hand real good and try and get some blood flowing. And he's gonna smear a big old heart on that seed.
Wait, what happened to your bow? Did you finish handing that over too?
I'll run the blood down the length of the bow.
Okay.
Okay. Think for a moment. I need to pee real quick. Think for a moment, like you feel like in these moments on your turn, this is about intentionally focusing your power in specific ways. And like with the bugs, you found that you can then on further turns like use that to your advantage. You know also that the tree of the seedling is needing input of strength and vitality or some essence or power to overcome the force of the rot. So between those two things, you're kind of offering up two things in that moment: the blood, which is like a life or essence sacrifice, and the weapon. So while I pee, just be thinking about maybe focusing on one of those over the other.
Okay. I'm still not sure exactly what the tree wants from me. It definitely seems like casting spells get enhanced through it, which is pretty nice.
I want to try to cast Sunbeam, but use the crystal bellstone around the seedling as the focus
Maybe I'll try and use
to try to
the
empower.
maybe I'll try and use the bugs to like weaken the whole of the tree to make it easier for the sunbeam to get through.
No, the sunbeam can't go up.
Oh, gotcha.
And we still have that huge lake of rot above us.
Hmm.
But the sunbeam was only 60 feet. I looked at the range.
Gotcha.
But it might be able to like make the tree grow faster or something. I don't know if it wants light.
It sounds like injuring myself is not beneficial towards this conquest. So
It does. I had that thought of going that route also, and then, but it sounds like that might not be the case here.
I'm could do something like plant growth instead, but I think that's more for non-magical plants.
I mean, I know it's a weak spell, but your druidcraft.
There's
Fine.
also Wrath of Nature, which causes like trees, roots, vines, and rocks to. I could allow them to like attack stuff, which that seems to be the route to go.
Like to help it attack against the rock.
Yeah, because it seems like anything I do in here gets enhanced. So I think I'm going to go with that. If that's acceptable, GM to reroute the spell into something else.
What are you gonna do with it?
Cast Wrath of Nature.
Seems like a cool spell.
Yeah, so trees at the start of each of my turn start attacking enemies around them within 10 feet, doing slashing damage. Roots and vines attempt to grab stuff if they fail a strength saving throw. And rocks also become loose and start launching themselves at targets as well.
Yeah, that seems like a very cool spell to cast. So you're gonna do this instead of cutting your hand or presenting the weapon?
Yeah, I will do that instead. So yes, I will cast Wrath of Nature. You see Gray grab onto the seed itself and grab some of these vines sticking into him and try and use them to control the environment around him, like leaning into the power of the seed, becoming a little more of the seed himself to use some of this power.
Yeah. Gray, you this power erupts from you, and as you like lean into the seed's power and you feel its growing tendrils wrapping around you in this not uncomfortable embrace, you feel that power flow through your body and into the seed. You feel that seed hungering for more, trying to draw more out of you. Do you want to allow this or resist it?
I think he will lead into it. He will accept the power exchange, seeing how he is becoming stronger using it. And based on his last experience with the Harbinger rot, he does not want it to go that way again.
More saplings burst out of the seed and into your body. You recoil almost in pain, but it doesn't hurt. These feel not alien to your body, these tendrils that erupt into you, but they feel as a part of you, as your own flesh. You take 47 points of damage.
Oof.
This spell is quickened as a bonus action. And you can cast or focus on an additional thing this round. And as you cast the spell, all of you see the walls of this place, as the spell is amplified, the very walls, the ceiling, you can see the water, the rot water here, disturbed as the very like floor beneath begins shifting and the roots untangling themselves. And there are now like roots that are coming out to assist you, not and to like tie down the roots themselves. The battle that has come to this chamber is no longer merely defending it, but aiding you here. The walls and ceiling itself. What else would you like to do, Greg?
Gray is going to cast web. But if he can, make it the non-sticky web that spiders can use. And stick it up against maybe the wall to the left side near where Beep Boop had like climbed up. Just to make some place for people to climb if they need to get higher.
Awesome.
Like over here.
Yeah.
Island?
Yeah, maybe if it connects to that little island as well, maybe to like climb up, create like a little diagonal webbing.
Like, yeah, going down.
Yeah. You can make it a little bit bigger. I think it's like you can make it like a good 3x3 at least. Very cool. Yeah, you guys can I'll say that this is such an effective creation. Like you're making these like little like bridges and causeways of webbing and roots that sprout out. That space is not difficult terrain.
Nice.
Kind of aiming towards that 25-foot area just to give them a little more space.
Yeah, and we can say that goes up to that's 15. We can say that goes up to 45 feet at its height. So the webbing even now is like touching the water at its lower end and going up to like 45 feet up. Cool.
And that'll end his turn. I don't know if you guys saw Johan is now listening in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay, Johan.
Text, but no Johan play, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
The idea.
Listening is good.
Cool. Welcome, Johan. They're in the hot soup of rot. And we go on to and it is in fact Johan's turn. All right, group. What do we have planned for Johan this round?
I think Johan has finally realized that the big help game is just another big help game. It's just nothing but a death trap, and he's going to cast fly and or invisibility.
Teleports away.
I'm thinking for now we would stick with. I think he would be moving around to try to protect against this new Harbinger that came in.
Mm-hmm.
Still staying within. So maybe moving over to where Xerox is.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
And I don't have a spell list up.
Beings, he has so many spells.
He's got
Whirlwind.
Any area effect that we could put over there to keep it over there would be great.
I think Whirlwind's pretty badass.
All right.
I think it's a 10-foot. It's a 10-foot radius, so 20-foot diameter, 30-foot high cylinder.
All right, let's do it.
Creature has to make a dexterity saving throw. And they take 10d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much. Larger creatures that fail to save must succeed on a strength saving throw or become restrained.
I think that sounds pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
All right, strength saving throw from that Harbinger.
And who has disadvantage on strength saving?
Did you say Harbinger or Farbinger?
Harbinger. It fails.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not a real Harbinger.
Our Farbinger is restrained.
Where is it then?
It's coming.
Mm-hmm. Sending its minions first.
It's also taking a chunk of damage.
10d6 damage.
Ooh, wow.
The good thing about the whirlwind is we can move it later.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good luck.
12, 18. 30, 33 points.
3.
Nice. Nice. That destroys another Harbinger.
Yeah.
And that's concentration. We can move it around.
Yeah, concentration.
Cool.
So take a moment of silence to imagine Josh describing how this spell would tear apart this Harbinger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Totally. Hell yeah. Nice. Nice. All right.
I
All right.
suspect that Johan, after seeing that that thing is properly dead, might turn around and start going for the web. If
Yeah, I wouldn't start.
so, use like here, so you 20.
He can. I mean, he's just right back in the pile here.
Yeah,
If he wants to, but I don't know.
maybe
if
he
wants
might want
something like that.
time to. Yeah, he's probably still up there.
Yeah, I think
Okay. And he actually his walking speed is slow.
I think for now we'll leave him there. I
What
think
is your walking speed?
Zero, you're on deck.
Okay.
I think that's a good spot to put Johan for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, so too. I should check his spells like
All right. Zero, you're up.
So we've killed the Farbingers.
Yeah, we can pull that one. Oh, we did forget to move the little rotlings. They are the least of the threats on here, so I mean they would have done something, but not a huge amount. But I will make sure to include them on their turn, which is next.
How high are we on this platform, Mark?
15 feet.
15 feet. And in 6 second in feet per 6 second interval, how quickly is the room filling up with water?
So far, it filled up 10 feet. And that was me forgetting a 5-foot increment and then catching up to a full 10-foot. So previously, it was going at 5 feet per round, but you think it's possibly accelerating. The rot is only infiltrating this space in more quantity and with more strength.
So I had my plan, and then the Farbinger died. And now I'm trying to decide what is more valuable.
I think if we can deal with this water somehow, we could stop it from rising, or like, do you think we can close one of these teleports? Or these rock holes?
The ones on the floor would be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And all but the ones at the ceiling are covered by now.
What are the rot pools? On the floor?
The 4 places where the rot has begun infiltrating this place that we described earlier.
Okay.
There's one on the ceiling, one on the floor, and 2 that are like on the wall and the like kind of on the like corner.
But those
side.
aren't like rising up. Okay. Well,
That's where the bubble juice is coming from.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the tentacles, the root rots.
But the water pouring down on us is coming down real fast.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, I was gonna do the neat sun thing, but since the other thing is dead, I think I'll just make a force roof for us. A wall of force for the roof.
Where are you going to put it to protect you? Because this water is rising all around you. And
Right,
it's,
but
it's infiltrating the space from the floors, the wall, and the ceiling from these four
oh, the
places.
water's. Oh, I thought the water was rushing down from the ceiling.
It is, but also coming in from below and the other. Each of these four places, water is infiltrating the space from each of those places.
Okay.
One of them's in the ceiling, one's in the floor, and two are in the floor and the wall.
Ceiling, floor, and those two are lower floor wall.
In the corner, yeah. So
The
you
most
could,
amount of water is coming from the ceiling, though.
you're not sure. That's the one where it's most visible at this point for sure,
Mhm.
because the others are, all of the others are at least partially submerged by the rock water.
Hmm.
In this environment with the water, like the rock coming in from these four different places, you could, I think, Nazira, probably more easily create a barrier to protect a specific place than you
Yeah.
could prevent all the water coming in. Like you could block one of these and slow it for sure, but you would still have three of them still pouring in and growing.
Okay.
Because the rot's only, like I said, only getting stronger, only pouring into this place faster and faster. And pretty soon or eventually, those four places that it's coming through right now won't really matter because it'll be coming through from everywhere.
Okay. Well, I'll make a force dome around all of us and the plant crystal.
Okay. So what are the dimensions of the dome?
10-foot radius. Let's see here. Man, I want to do the other thing, but I
Can we
guess
shoot through this dome?
no, nothing can pass through it. The only problem is I can't make it under us because then it would like the seedling with the roots and stuff.
The crystal is like connected to the roots here,
Uh-huh.
but the seedling in the center is it's not connected to anything.
Oh, okay.
Like it's floating or like seems like it's not like floating like Gray was in that space and like struggling to move through it and stuff. So it's not just like floating in nothing, but like it's like suspended and rotating with Gray inside this crystal. The crystal's exterior is touching the roots. But give me an Arcana check, or I think that you would already be able to deduce that the connection between this crystal and the roots, like you could potentially extend the dome around,
Mm-hmm.
and you wouldn't necessarily like cut the seed off from anything.
If I made a spear.
Yeah,
Okay. I will do that then.
and it's still a 20-foot radius.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, I think you guys are all just within the 20-foot sphere. Yeah.
Can you move it within us or with us?
The crystal itself, I think I said was like 15 or 20, so that would have to be at the very center of this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so if you want to include, that's the challenge here. If you want to include the crystal that Gray is inside, you would need to center the spell on that crystal to enclose it.
Okay.
Which would exclude Xerox and Johan right now.
I told everyone to come close. I'll say, get to the crystal so we can protect ourselves from the flood.
Dun dun dun. Zombies everywhere. The flood are coming in.
And I'll
Somebody
just
get a
prepare
pistol.
that spell until people get closer.
Okay, excellent. So you see Nazira cast this complex arcane magic that you've seen before, and you hear her call to assemble close to the crystal.
And then I'm gonna say to in my head to Gray, Gray, does the plant want to be moved anywhere to a different location?
Seed in home in Crystal. Here safe. Here good. Good fertile
I mean-
land.
Not for long, Gray.
We fix. We help. Help tree.
All right.
All right. Well, then as your turn, we go on to the rot. Now it's rolling a larger die for its rot level increase. That's unfortunate.
Oh no.
We're up to 25.
Whoa.
So another full block and a half. You can put it on like the side to indicate a half or something. There you go. So we are at 25 feet of rot.
Submerged, baby.
As Nazira, you wait for you call out to your companions to assemble so you can create this wall of force. There is a surge of like pouring of more rot into this space, and you can feel it. You can see it like burbling up from the like tangle of roots that you're standing on, even, and it is
Right.
now waist
Can I make
deep.
a cylinder around us instead? As that's happening? No, but it's already waist deep. You said it, so I guess
No,
not.
no, like I would say since you already had this spell prepared, I would say that you can trigger it
Mhm.
as you see the rot rising, but that would mean excluding Beep Boop and Xerox. Or not Beep Boop, but Johan and Xerox.
If I make
But
a
after-
cylinder, though, it would be like a wall, right? And
If
not
if it's
a
a
dome.
cylinder,
Yeah.
you see the rot water burbling up from your feet.
Okay.
Without a floor, it's not going to protect you ultimately.
Just enclose yourselves. I'll figure out what to do with the other one.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right.
You both want that.
Can
Go through
We fun.
the spear of pull.
Get to the webbing.
Good.
can Beep Boop use a reaction to try to not be in the sphere? If not, I'm chill.
You're not in the sphere.
I
You
am.
want to get out?
No, you want
Beep boop is.
Beep Boop is Johan is outside.
Oh, Johan's outside. Okay.
Joel, if you want to be outside of the sphere, you can definitely you saw what Nazir was doing. You could just choose to do that, I would say. It's like right
Yeah.
on the edge of you, so you can just like opt to be on that side of the 5 foot versus this side of the 5 foot.
So you can.
Yeah.
Farther out on that side, the closest way. Yeah, right there.
Thanks.
That's gonna mean you're getting submerged by rot water.
I'll take that.
Right on. All right, so we've got Quilla and Nazira inside the sphere, and the sphere protecting the two of them, as well as the crystal that houses Gray and the seedling. Outside, we have Xerox, Beep Boop, and Johan.
We did it, guys.
We split the party.
Did we? I mean, technically, we're still together.
I mean, in some ways, we're in 3 different places. We don't. I mean, who's
Split the party by being. We're as close together as we can be and still split the party.
Yeah.
What we've done.
Ew, this thing is heavy. It's interchangeable. They're perfect for rotlings. You could replace the current 4 rotling minions, and then add.
I like the visibility on these white or clear things.
Clear things on white in a bright.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm thinking that's not the best idea.
Nah, it's fine.
We'll go with it for now.
I mean, they're shiny. The other ones were just
Are you
white. So.
just evenly distributing them?
Yeah, for now they're just spilling in. Perfect.
Dang. Okay.
So, we will have the previous summons get a move and attack because they got
Mm.
shafted on the previous rounds. They're going to swim through the rot. One gets there. And this one's going to use a full range. And up. So as long as I get 60. Yeah, they can. Oh, that can't get to. That's covered by the thing though. So this one's going to take its full. So these two can attack you, Xerox. This one cannot. This one's going to run over here, going to attack. So we have 2 attacks against you, Xerox. These rock minions. There's a lousy roll and a 22. 22 just sits. Okay. A 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And then we have one that's attacking Beepoop. How does 17 feel, Beepoop?
Feels missy.
All right, well, misses. All right, and they'll be around next turn. We're up at 25 feet of elevation or rot level, and that's going to end the round and bring us the rot's turn. It also has another larger die as it is bringing more minions. Only a third large
Oh, no.
minion.
Wait.
If you hold something in mention.
Me? Again?
3 harbingers, or perhaps a harbinger in wolves or harbinger clothing. 3 more harbingers of the rot crawl into this space. The ones below, like this one, you can see like crawls out of the wall and is like swimming its way through the rot towards you, like climbing over the wall and stuff. This one you can see just something large lurking beneath the water, creating a trail or like waves behind it. And this one crawls out of the ceiling, blocking the flow of rot water for a moment until it's pushed out and into this space.
Y'all, Mark's trying to kill us.
I will not rest until it is done. But they've only got, they arrive. And we move on to Beepoop.
Hey, Gray, do you have anything like mold earth or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that
It's a
would be a
druid
really
spell.
clutch spell right now.
Yeah, if I could like rearrange some spells real quick. Hold on, give me a second.
Isn't that like a cantrip too?
Yeah, it's pretty low level, I think.
Thunder, give us the long rest.
Oh man,
Leaving Sunny hot. Come on, let's go.
whole themed druid.
Mhm.
Oh god,
I'm like a bug focused guy. I'm not really into like molding earth.
You never know, never know.
Beepoop.
Yeah, that's my turn. I'm here. I'm here with it. I just was waiting for the lull. So am I right in believing that you can teleport into that wall of vortex force?
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, excellent. I'm gonna point my little ball of yarn and tap it, and as an action, I will try to boop Johan inside of that so he is safe.
You first.
I'm making my Constitution saving throw for the acid, and I rolled a 21.
The 21 is not enough.
You know what, Mark? I don't like your.
Ouch.
We're not saying that too. Saving throws over.
Oh wait.
Powerful.
It's a 24. Sorry.
Hey, you know what? That also fails.
Shut up, Mark.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wait, Mark. Flash of genius. 29?
On a saving throw?
Listen, oh wait, I guess it says ability check or skill check. Hold on, let me double check. Ah, these phones are so small. Yeah, it says saving throw. Haha.
Nice.
Suck it.
Oh my god. That's 29 to make it.
All right. I want to say that doesn't say, but it does.
I really just wanted to test the boundaries of.
Don't worry, Mark. There's still another person out there in this. Two people out there in this.
And you only take half damage, so it's only 17 points of acid damage.
I'll take that. Okay.
Technically, I should be some of this is fire and some of it is acid. So let me know if anybody's. Oh, you are resistant to fire. Fuck me.
Yeah.
So should I just split it or should I re-roll it?
Split it. That's fine.
Split it, yeah. So we'll do eight fire and what would that be, 9 acid. So take 4 from the fire and the full 9 from the acid.
So 11.
Hey, Johan.
Yes.
Hey, Josh. So now I look at Johan and I say, "Stay safe, my safety friend," and look for a nod of approval before vortex warping him into the bubble. Oh, you don't get to take my little beeper with you, sir. My little red thing stays. Thank you.
Oh yeah, those things will also take me damage, so.
So I'm not fully submerged this time, though, right? Or am I?
You don't need to be fully submerged. Like if you're like 5 feet or more, you're in it.
Okay, well, it's on my shoulder. It's just what I'm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, your shoulder cannon can be out of it. I'll allow that.
Okay, the other one will take it.
Yeah.
And that was 34?
Yes.
Because I took 17 as a half, so.
Yeah, so it would have been what, 35? 34 would be 18. Wait, oh my god, 19. Oh my god, 9?
Yeah, 34, 17.
Yeah, no, yeah, 17. Very good. Anything else from?
Yeah, I am going to have the one that's down on the floor. I'm gonna have that one crawl up Xerox and try to get to the top of their head so it can get out of the water. And then I am going to run towards that blue thing that's climb upable.
Mm-hmm. It'll be difficult terrain to get there.
I have 30 feet of movement, so I'll get as close as I can to it.
Yeah, it's like you get to it, but you can't really get any higher yet.
That's fine. And then I will use the rest of my bonus action to shoot that thing in the face that tried to hit me earlier.
Which thing? Oh, the rock critter?
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
That'll hit.
And that will do 16 points of damage.
That rock critter is destroyed. Yep.
And that's gonna end my turn.
Coming back, so there's gonna be more. Thanks. Let's leave the bag there.
I don't want to help anymore.
Anything else from Beep?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. We go on to layer, and we have 2 surviving roots, which are both going to grow longer. And that's up to 60 feet, so that one can now touch everybody out on the platform, but they are still protected by the force wall. This one also goes longer, but can't reach anybody. That'll be up to 60 feet. But that one can, however, target either Beep Boop or Xerox. And I think it's going to go for Beep Boop, the closer enemy. A rot root is going to take its layer action and make a rot root tentacle attack against you. So it's going to attack. Are you? Oh, it's a 7, not a 1. It's still not good. But better. It's only a 13 to hit.
Rot roots squares.
That rot is out of luck.
This one flails around, lurking beneath the water, but is unable to hit anybody. But
See this root splashing badly.
yes, we could have more rot roots. And in fact, do we have any more papers? Because 2 more spill forth from there, and
Boo.
another comes out from that one.
Oh, there.
So we have 1 here, 1 there, and 2 there.
Wait, 2 more go there?
No, 1 additional one comes out of there. Yeah. So we got 3 adds this round. 1 out of that one, 1 out of this one, and an additional 1 out of that one. No, there's 2 out of that one total. More rot roots are spilling forth. Josh, it's very hard to see on this very washed out board here what's happening. So,
Picture.
thanks for squinting, but you're probably not going to see much.
So this is here.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And those are all too short still to reach anybody, so that's the end of the root's turn. And we go on to Quillen.
Oh, I don't want to turn yet. Yeah. Okay. Well, and just so I'm clear, I can't shoot things through the wall of force, but a spell could originate outside of it theoretically.
Mhm.
Yeah, nothing physical can pass through, but like you could cast a spell through depending on.
Like you couldn't cast a fire bolt through it, but you could like summon something outside of it, I think is the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So depending on just make sure you read the spell description out and its target.
Okay.
Target.
Yeah. It's messy.
That one.
Oh, there's no truth there.
Oh.
You're welcome. I made this much easier for us.
We're in a cylinder. We're in a sphere.
We're in a sphere.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I could do something clever, but I think I'm just gonna keep using force. I will drop Hex or let Hex fall away since it's not active on any of these guys, and I will summon a Fey creature that is a fuming mad Fey creature is going to appear. Yay! And it's gonna hop up onto the cannon on top of Xerox.
Xerox grunts with displeasure.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, Jared, you take 13 additional 13 temporary hit points to replace the other ones you had.
Yay.
Actually, that's where it starts. What are the chances that a little face spirit could fly? Why not? Right?
You'll have to catch me up on what's going on. If I can
She's summoning a.
Yeah, I'm
face
summoning
spirit.
a fey spirit to help us fight. It landed on the cannon by Xerox.
do that.
Uh-huh. Or on
Does
Xerox's
it count
head.
in the form that it takes?
It doesn't. It's just a little.
What spell specifically are you casting? Or
Summon
ability?
Fey.
Fey.
And it's fuming, so it's angry. Disadvantage on its attacks. I guess, you know what? If it can go anywhere within 30 feet, it's going to land on this dude's head. And
Uses the face spirit stat block. Is that what I'm reading here?
yeah.
That would get, if it has a movement speed and does not have a fly speed,
does
it
not.
does not fly.
Okay, that's fair. It does not have fly speed. That was wishful thinking. It's gonna land on this guy. Not cast it because I can cast it anywhere within 30 feet, I believe. And 90 feet actually. So it's gonna land
6 or lower. No, it just says it has to be a creature of CR 6 or lower, and it gives a list of things here.
Would you prefer a flying thing?
I don't think many of these have flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing that's like particularly like cool at least.
We'll just
So as always with summon spells, be sure to read them ahead of time and have them prepared.
yeah, sorry. That's fair. It was a change of plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a fuming face spirit. It's gonna land on top of this guy. That's where I cast it. And then it is going to make 2 attacks. Because it can do that. With its short sword. And it has advantage on those attacks. Because it's fuming mad.
Human.
That's gonna be cute little stat block here. And it's modifier for short sword attack would be dex. So we'll say 19 to hit.
Against the
Against this guy.
yeah, that'll hit.
And then the second attack is going to be a little higher to hit. And that will be a 1d6. That's going to be 8 and 6 damage, so 14 damage.
14.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, it can't fly, but it does have face step, which is 30 feet of teleportation. That's cool. But it's going to sit right there on his head and try to stomp on its face a little bit. For fun.
I'm having trouble finding. Like, do you know where this spell comes from? What the source book is? I'm having trouble finding information on it.
Yeah.
It's Summon Fey.
Summon Fey.
Yeah, it's different than Conjure Fey. Conjure Fey is the one I was looking at earlier.
Isn't that spell listening? Sorry.
But is it going to be doing? Do you know if it's going to be doing anything else this round?
No,
Or
it
did we
won't
get
do
this out
anything
further?
else. I can figure this out as we go.
Cool.
It looks like it's from Dasha's. I don't know if that's helpful though.
Yeah. Have that look. I can look at it. I also have a book to see on the yeah, please do. I'm with that too, but
Sorry for the confusion, everyone.
but yeah, we don't. Yeah, you're up next. Also, Zero. So
Yeah. Here, if you want
It's
to me,
better than that.
I'll look. Thanks. I don't have access to that many sources, so I didn't think it was a weird one, but
it's just like not Googleable, which is weird.
it is weird.
Fey spirit. Cool. So it's fuming. So Fey's advantage on next attack rolls. It makes it for the end of this turn. That's a bonus action. Okay. Gotcha. So it can make any of those bonus actions. And it can take either of those actions. Gotcha. All right. I can do it on that.
Okay. Sorry for the confusion.
That has a specific component cost that we'll just pass by for now, but if you can.
I did have both in my pocket.
Okay, cool.
So
But I have stated that like for component costs are requiring a very specific thing. This is a gilded flower.
I know.
Yes, I do remember you
Yeah.
being a flower, so.
I think
Oh,
when
yeah.
I took the spell, I specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Awesome. So make sure you consume that and replenish if needed for
Okay.
cast spell again.
Sounds good.
0. Yep. You're okay.
Do I need to do anything since I'm submerged?
Concentration, or I'm sorry, Constitution saving throw. Versus the rock. The acid and the heat here.
Roll a 29.
Do a kickflip.
Yeah, I got a 14, so I'm assuming I'm failing.
That's definitely failure. You are resistant to I think both of these types of damage, fire and acid, since you're raging.
Yeah.
So let's do the total flat. This will be 32 points of damage.
Okay. And okay, so for my turn, I'm going to with things attached to my head. I'm assuming it's going to attach to the back of my head and do me a favor.
Thanks, understand.
Yep.
I'm going to fly over here and
Keep in mind you have to go over the giant force ball that's right in front of you.
so how much would you deduct? Like,
So it's like a 20-foot height that you're going over. So
I think it's a 10-foot radius, right?
yeah, but the floor is at
Yeah.
the bottom of the crystal, which is at the floor. So like he's still or Zerok still needs to go like the full height.
Oh, I see.
Basically at the
I
start
would
of the
dash, use my
Okay.
dash to get over here,
Mhm.
and then I would action surge to grab Beat Boop.
You can fly when you jump, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, you can make it there with your 40 going around it, I think, without using your dash.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to
Sure. Yeah, I believe.
okay, can I use my action to grab Beat Boop?
Mhm.
And then action surge to
If Beat Boop's willing, that'd be a part of your movement as well.
okay. Then I'll use my action to dash up
Mhm.
and use my action surge to get us up to the ceiling and grab on something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You've got the movement. This the webbing that Gray magically created is giving you like non-difficult terrain to go up, and then you just have to make that final like 15-foot jump with your leaping and flying, and you bring Beep Boop up and you grab on. The initial grab I think will be the hardest part until you can get Beep Boop attached as well. But give me an athletics check. With two of you, we'll put the DC at we'll say 17. And this is like that moment where you have to like hold and carry both yours and Beep Boop's weight for a moment. Yeah, more than enough. Beep Boop, you are like you see like Xerox holding on to, like one hand, this cliffhanger moment, and she just like lifts you as well, and like lifts you up to get to a place where you can grab on as well before once you get secured, she like grabs and like climbs up, and you guys are both secured on the ceiling. You're about like 15 feet up from the webs that Gray created.
Okay, so God, yeah, that's everything I can do. That ends my turn.
Okay. All right. After
Holy shit, you're cool. Thanks.
after Xerox, we have Gray again. Gray, you feel the pressure from the rot increasing. You feel again all that potential that the sea carries being drowned by the rot, and you can feel the ocean of it pressing down on you now. And you can hear the Arbinger speak in your mind. I've killed you once already. I will drown you in the rot, and your flame will gutter out. You will die with your friends. The tree, the seedling, cries out to you, Gray, for more than you can possibly give it. Certainly, with a single spell, with a single action, it calls out to you, Gray, for everything you have. You can feel those tendrils of the seed winding their way inside your body now, feeding on you. And you can feel that connection that you were born from that great old tree. And like so much of that tree's last life, its last years, you were made from that tree to give birth to the new.
Plant always survive off rot. You never win. You just break down death. But plants bring life. Plants help. Gray helps. And Gray will give into the tree.
Gray, you respond to the rot. You give yourself to the seedling, to the tree. You can feel those tendrils winding their way inside your body, suffusing it, filling you like your own veins. And it doesn't feel painful. It feels just like you're growing or changing. It's maybe a little itchy, but there is a warmth suffusing you. And there is a moment here, Gray, as we're getting at the last 6 minutes of our session here, I think we're going to be ending with where the tree is here ready to draw forth every last bit of light, every last bit of energy and life from you. It is seeking that sun above and that great light below, and it has not had those things for so long. And now here you are, Gray, the little flame, as the Arbinger described you. And the seedling is so hungry for the light you carry. And as you give yourself to it, Gray, you feel again the burning of that bow and its eagerness for this. And you feel like what you are doing is right, according to the bow at least. It wants this, it needs this. It is what it was made for as well. and you feel a kinship with it. And as you feel like those root tendrils, the tendrils of the seedling suffuse the last bits of your body, and you feel one with it, your mind just expands. There is a moment, Gray, where you are not yourself anymore, but you are all the life that this tree has fostered and carried and protected over these long years, waiting for rebirth to come, waiting for something to come and cleanse the rot. And this tree has, its tendrils and roots have reached out across the whole world. And in this moment, Gray, so do you. Your mind expands out along these ancient and ruined roots in the tree, and you feel every life now living and every life that has lived and been returned to the earth to be born anew in some new way. You feel this vast network of living things being born, aging, dying, returning to the world to nourish another generation. You feel all these lives, all of these consciousnesses, all of these memories, Gray. And there is a moment where Gray the Helper sees the vast network of lives and futures that Gray might help in this moment. And I think as Gray becomes one with the world for just a brief flash, we'll pause here and pick up next time. And on Gray's turn.
Oh,
Burger and games, mer.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was. Huh?
Thanks for all the pictures. I'm sure that'll help us make sure we get this set up back in the manner of this chaos.
Overhead one too. But
oof.
I thought that was Jude for a second.
The what?
Whatever that sound was that just played, I thought it was a child.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was. Huh?
Oh, the
I'm glad you could
soundboard.
join to listen and watch like a little creature in the closet,
You did lose 16 HP. You've also used a 4th and 7th level spell. And you have a whirlwind somewhere out here somewhere.
Yeah. So how much HP? 17?
16.
16. And 1 4.
A 4th and
I already
7th.
got the I
Cool.
already got the 7th, but the 4th one I can mark down here. What was it?
It was a shatter.
Nice. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for not killing me. I appreciate that.
I healed you once.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as when the wall went up and it was Xerox and I outside, I was like, oh, this is totally fine. And then Beep Boop joined us. I was like, oh no. Real risk.
You know Beep Boop's always going to join Xerox.
Always, I have to. If Xerox died while Beep Boop was in a bubble, things would be catastrophic.
Nibbles would be most displeased.
So sad. That was very fun. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't be there in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Samesies.
I think, like, yeah, by the end of it, we're all here by the end of it, right? We're not missing
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
all here. So that's exciting.
Well, that's cool.
At least people get to touch in on
Yeah.
something. Right?
Yeah. No, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Provided
I know.
it's all on you, Greg.
Oh my god. I
No
got a lot of
pressure.
spells going. I got a lot of fingers in the pot.
Yeah, so we have right now, let me make another, have a note here. So Greg also
We're not
has,
even Greg right now.
you have the web out, you have your insect swarm that's still rolling.
I think I got the healing thing as well, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know which of these I could be using at one time.
All of these, as you cast one spell after the other, it is consumed and absorbed and amplified by the seed and the bellstone crystal here. All
The
of
plant
these
is.
are active without your continued
Gotcha.
concentration.
Okay.
I want that.
Can I also have that power? Can I be a tree?
What are you willing to sacrifice?
Trees OP.
All right, GG's.
Good night, everybody.
Mark,
I'm
Bye,
gonna
everybody.
I'm gonna text you because I think I'll do something with the summon as well.
Oh,
So
cool.